Just ridiculous. Literally, the world is burning up.
It's sweltering out there. Just sweltering.
They claim the high on Sunday will be 40, but I don't believe it.
It can't happen.
I think it's going 140.
Maybe that's what they mean. Maybe the numbers are so big on the temperature, it's rounded zero again.
Well, a very exciting night tonight on the Ron and Fez show. A couple nights ago, we just found out that our own Billy Staples has done the John Edwards I Want to Talk to the Dead program.
Mm-hmm. He was on an episode of Crossing Over.
Now, according to Billy, he was the very first guest John Edwards ever had, launching his career, I guess, into... oh, by the way, it's December 6th. Sorry, everybody. Launching his career, Jonathan Edwards, into all of our living rooms now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, did the pilot episode.
We watched a little bit of it. We watched maybe the first minute and a half. Billy enters the show crying.
Before anything is even said, there's a very weepy Billy Staples taking his seat.
Just slobbering and crying and moaning and groaning and smiling and just approval.
And that's long before John Edwards has even said anything, long before Billy Staples has been contacted. I think what it was is Billy was just overwhelmed by what a handsome man John Edwards is.
Sure.
Just completely taken aback by the pure beauty of the guy.
Now, I don't know if anybody believes in this guy. I mean, obviously a lot of people do. Personally, I don't see it at all. I think it's a carny gimmick from way back. This thing has been done since the beginning of time. People always want to believe things, and other people will say, I'll help you believe it if you pay me. That's how I see Mr. John Edwards.
Right, and anyone that's seen the Crossing Over show.
Right.
The fact that why the ghosts, or the people on the other side, I'll put it that way, why they're just throwing out random letters. If someone's guy's name is Fred,
right,
why doesn't he just say, it's Fred? Why do you have to go through, is there an F? Is there a Frank? Is there a Freddie?
Oh, yes, there is.
Yes.
This is amazing. I knew something was happening. How could he have guessed my letter?
It's like on the other side, there's nothing but Vanna Whites turning over letters.
First, I see a white person coming that's already dead, an older person to you.
Yes. A grandparent?
Yes, it is a grandparent.
Yes, my grandmother.
There's always mother figures and father figures. He throws it's like a mother figure to you. What the hell does that mean? I only have one mom. An older woman, you mean?
She's my mother figure.
Yeah.
My mother is my mother figure.
Exactly. So I don't know how he does this. Billy, on the other hand, honestly believes that he talked to his dead dad that day.
He swears by it. He will not be convinced otherwise.
Hey, Patrick. Patrick, you're on the Ron and Fez show.
Hi, Patrick.
How you doing there, guys?
What can we do for you tonight?
Where was this Jonathan Edwards when the Twin Towers was being attacked?
Like, why didn't you let us know?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. None of these guys ever seem to do well with the stock market, Super Bowl games.
Lotto.
Yeah. And then they act like, well, it's nothing I can make money off of. Well, you're making money off the people. You're getting paid.
That's true. If I use my powers to win the lottery, I'll lose them.
In the meantime, come see me this Friday and Saturday. I'll be at the...
Yeah, and I'm charging $200 an hour.
$200 an hour? I bet you couldn't even...
Yeah, I think actually Edwards is $300 an hour.
I bet you can't see his house for $300, Fez. I guarantee you.
Someone told me $300.
Maybe it was $300 before he got this show.
All right.
But I guarantee you now, it's astronomical.
And so isn't that winning the lottery?
Yeah,
John Edwards?
Sure. I'm sure he's becoming very, very rich off this. Hey, Christy, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, what's up, you guys?
Yeah.
Did you guys hear about him during Sweeps Week? Did you guys hear about that story?
Of John Edwards?
Yeah.
What did he do?
Well, he did a show. He had the victims' families of the World Trade Center.
Oh, I heard that he wanted to do that and they ended up stopping him.
Yeah, so wrong. He wanted to do that during Sweeps Week, and then his producers told him not to do it.
Well, especially when it's so recent. I mean, we're not even 3 months now.
I think people would be uncomfortable hearing from the Lindbergh baby. Not enough time has passed.
Yeah.
All right, see you later.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. And I don't know who stepped in. I guess the network did, right?
Yeah, I think it was the syndicators at USA or whoever does it. Said, no, we won't be doing this show. Gah.
Well, you know,
I hope that didn't take too long of a board meeting to come up with that decision.
Hey, Ed, you're on Run of Fez.
Hey, what's up, boys?
Buddy.
$600 a half hour.
$600 a half hour.
Yep. And he doesn't even guarantee anything.
According to Billy, everything happens pretty quickly.
And what's
bogus? But he doesn't guarantee that he'll talk to anybody on the other side.
Any idea what the waiting list is?
I don't know. Go on his website, and it's all on there.
Oh, well, we don't have anybody to do that for us. If that website ever pops up on the back of Billy's head, we will have it on the show. Until that point, no.
Quit clicking Billy's ear. It's not a mouse. All right? Thank you.
Hey, Chris, you're on the Run of Fez show.
Hey, Chris.
Guys.
Yeah, buddy.
Isn't this the same guy that got busted for miking the studio so he could eavesdrop on people before the show?
No, I think that was more some kind of Christian guy who would pull the livers out of people.
You sure? Because I could have sworn I heard it was this guy.
You ever see those guys? They'll bring in some calves' livers and they start pulling cancer out of people.
Oh, yeah, the ones that, like, smack you with the coat and then you pass out.
Yeah, I like that guy. What's his name? Benny Hinn?
Benny Hinn,
yeah.
Benny Hinn will knock you down.
He's nice.
So it wasn't this guy that was miking the studios, huh?
Yeah.
All right, thanks.
All right, see you later. I don't think it was him, anyway. I'm pretty sure it wouldn't be a bigger deal right now. I mean, obviously, the guy's going to get brought down sooner or later. You know, it's a fad thing.
Right.
But right now, he's red hot.
I think in Missouri and other places, they're already going after Miss Cleo.
Here's,
It's a matter of time.
Here's Frank. Frank, you're on Run of Fez.
Hey, Frank.
Hey, hi, Ron and Fez. How you doing?
Hey, buddy.
Listen, I was a skeptic, too, but I was watching the show after Thanksgiving. I think it was the Friday. And the guy, he amazed me because first, let's assume these people aren't plants. They've never met before. He tells one audience member, he's like, you're from Levittown, okay? And he even tells her what exit, where he said right off the highway, right off the, I think it was the LAE or whatever, the North State. Then he goes to two people, which was really cool. He says, you have an uncle or a father named Dominic? And she's like, yes. And they were in the ice business. And the guy went on for about 20 minutes, a half an hour, talking about how there was a murder, and these guys were involved in the mob. And it turns out he was talking to one girl, but it was actually the girl right next to him.
All right, here's what I want you to understand. People in Long Island named Dominic normally have somebody that's been involved in both the mob and the ice business. Okay?
That's not exactly the needle in the proverbial haystack.
Well,
wait a minute. Did he like pasta? Did he want pasta with every meal? Hold on. I'm seeing him in his boxer shorts at the house. Did he used to whack your mom on the side of the ear? Sometimes for no apparent reason. Oh, this is all coming so fast.
Did he enjoy Sinatra?
But he went into some great details about an investigation and how the family was involved in the stuff. And then the lady in the audience fessed up, like, yeah, he was involved to some degree with some unsavory characters, but she wouldn't go on, she wouldn't admit to an actual murder investigation. But it was pretty weird. And by the way, the Levittown lady was a different lady from the one with the ice problem. But it was.
So you're a 100% believer.
I'm not 100%. I mean, for all we know, these people are plants, and, he kind of got some stories together beforehand.
Well, also, I'll tell you this. Billy even told us that the show's heavily edited, that he did 22 minutes with the guy, and 7 aired.
Right, where they combined different contacts that Billy was getting from the other side.
Yeah. Well, it's still very interesting, either way.
All right, Frank, thanks for the call, buddy.
All right, here's where we're getting private one-on-ones with this guy. In other words, cost of appointment $300. It's $100 for every additional family member.
Dang!
Why is that?
So if you want to take your poor mother with you,
yeah,
that's another $100 for her to sit there in the room.
And who actually wants to go by yourself?
Right, you got to take somebody.
Private book the first Wednesday of every month between 7 and 9:30. So he's barely even doing these things anymore.
And I'm sure the waiting list is longer than for Giant season tickets.
Yeah, it's got to be. Estimated waiting time at least 3 years.
Wow.
I'll be dead by that time. In 3 years, I'll come and see you on the other side.
Should I make an appointment now to see you?
All right, Harry. Harry, you're on Run of Fez.
Hi, Harry.
Hi. Yeah, my friend's father died, and his mom went on the show to speak to him. And it turns out that it's all like a giant hoax because they made her fill out like all these forms and stuff. They're just saying everything about her entire life before she even went on the show.
So it's almost like a pre-interview.
It's pretty much like, and then he goes through them and reads them and figures out which people he's going to talk to. He knows where they're sitting, and he already knows everything about them.
All right, when we check this out, we'll have to ask Billy how many forms he filled out.
Okay.
Billy, I believe, claims that he didn't, but that was also the pilot, Fez. And now you're doing a show on what, CBS? They're not going to just let you wander in off the street there. You know, they're checking your ID and stuff before you get tickets to a show.
The first day was Rube Day. Rubes get in free.
Hey, Pete, but, you know, Billy doesn't even realize half the stuff that happened. I'm sure. Hey, Pete, you're on Run of Fez.
Hi, Pete.
Rube and Rube. Actually, the way it probably works, it's got a 3-year waiting list, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, so how long does it take? And you're paying $600 for a half an hour. You get a private investigator, which I'm sure he has on, you know, standby, and they investigate somebody for 3 years. So even said, they write out a form. I mean, how hard can this be? Amazing Randy's been debunking these guys for years.
Yeah, I know. I've seen the Amazing Randy on different shows. The funny thing, a guy like Amazing Randy will never get a following because it's not that exciting.
Oh, no, it's not exciting, but it's the truth. That's why.
Right. It's more fun to actually believe.
You know, you get a whole room full of people, and you go, you got an uncle with a letter A. He's on the other side, right? Uncle A. Yeah, uncle. Okay, yeah.
All my uncles were A's. Yeah. I'm willing to believe that. All right, say it, buddy.
Well,
877-692-1027.
You know, I'm not saying that the guy's not skilled in reading people. I'm sure he's terrific. And I'm sure the kind of guy you want. When Fez and I were watching this, every time you started to lean some way, Billy is just saying yes.
Right, yeah.
Yes to everything. He's nodding and perking and jerking and loving the whole thing.
And like we said earlier, just enthralled with the whole process. Practically giddy as it starts.
Shirley, you're on Run of Fez.
Hi, Shirley.
Hey, guys. How you doing? Card holder 3213. That John Edwards, I believe in him because my aunt was on the show after my grandfather passed away, and she thought she could talk to him, but her son that was murdered about 20 years ago that's who they ended up contacting.
It's always odd that there's other people popping in.
Than the one you're there to meet.
Right. And I mean, to me, that's a little bit of a shell game going on. Was it your aunt? Oh, wait, there's another person here. Wait, you got another cousin, and all of a sudden you're just you're swimming in your own thoughts.
Well, my grandfather, he did end up, showing his 2 cents there, but maybe there's a little bit of fake to it, but there's also a good chance it's pretty good.
All right, but here's the thing. If there's even a little bit of fake, that means to me the whole thing is fake. If the guy's running any kind of a gimmick, no real person would do that, correct?
I agree, but, how is he going to know that my cousin was murdered 20 years ago?
I'm willing to say this.
My aunt didn't fill out any kind of form.
Shirley, listen to me. I'm willing to say that most people have had a member of their family over the last 20, 30, 40 years, if you're going that far, extended family, murdered, die in an accident, be taken very young. And if you're watching, that's the kind of stuff. There was a fall of some time, there was a crash, and then you start filling in the blanks for him. He died violently. The guy never says, he got shot at the Pickwick.
Ronnie, if you were asking me if you were throwing out any of those things to me, I have someone in the family that fits every one of them.
And everybody does.
Uncle Win went over a cliff on a tractor. That wouldn't stop.
That'll be $600, Fez.
Damn.
Wait a minute. That's $700.
And they don't charge anything to get on the show, guys.
I see you got your boy Hawk behind you.
I have to have him.
No, obviously, but they charge for commercials, right?
No, they charge the sponsors, I'm sure.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. That's where he's making his money.
Oh, yeah.
Forget one-on-one stuff if you've got, Coca-Cola.
Oh, of course.
All right.
Thanks, Shirley.
Good night, guys.
All right, bye-bye. All right, let's bring Billy in.
Staples from the beyond, now! Hi, Billy Staples.
Hey, guys.
Billy, we were just talking about you on your tape. Thanks for bringing it in, by the way.
We appreciate that. Because we really wanted to see this.
Now, you were the first televised guest for the John Edwards show?
Yeah, I did the pilot. It was not the first show that ever aired.
All right.
But I was the very first one that they ever aired. I mean, that they ever shot.
All right, start from the beginning. All right, so you were the first one, but you weren't good enough to be the pilot. You weren't good enough to actually be the first one on the air.
Oh, no, it was good enough. I just think they had some bugs to work out with their production, because it was about a 2-month wait before I shot it, before the show actually aired. There was about a 2-month gap, so they had shot a lot of shows in the meanwhile.
Now, you, like we said when we saw this thing, you kind of entered the room crying. You were all teared up.
Well, I was very excited. I was very emotional, because part of me didn't believe, but part of me did believe, and it was more or less looking forward to what could happen.
All right, let's set this up for everyone listening. Now, you're shooting the premiere episode of this show, the pilot episode.
Correct.
All right. Is it everyone that showed up for the pilot? Did you go there on an acting job?
No, not at all. Matter of fact,
how did you get to be part of the first audience?
Well, first off, I wasn't part of the audience. I was a one-on-one. I was not just a member in the gallery and whatever. There was an email and notice put out for people interested in being a guest on his new show, and I saw the email and I responded to it, and I said what I wanted to do, and they were very interested in it. And they booked me as the first guest.
What'd you say in this email?
Just that I wanted to contact my father, who's been dead for 30-some-odd years.
Did you tell him you were gullible?
But I'm not.
I know.
Why would I tell him I'm gullible if I'm not?
All right, so I know. You're a hard sell, you are, Billy.
Right, I believe. I mean, it's a belief. I believe. I was there. I mean, you can say what you want about it, but I was the one who sat there. I was the one who was there. I was the one who experienced it.
All right, you said 7 minutes came on the air, right?
Yeah.
And how long did he actually tape with you?
It was about 20 minutes, I believe. It just went very fast because he speaks very quick.
You said very little, at least on TV.
Right. They actually asked me before. He goes, just let John do all the talking. If he asks you something, just try to get yes or no. Let him know if he's on the right track. That was pretty much about it. Because like I said, he speaks very quickly. He doesn't even look at you. He looks off to the side, which is very creepy. Like he's seeing something that's not even there.
You know, I do that too, and people call me rude for it. I never make eye contact.
You're looking for your exit.
And people are going over here. No one says, "Jeez, he's deep." They say, "Look at me."
Look at that Ron Bennington in another thought-provoking trance.
I'm looking out the window going, I wish I was anywhere but here.
Wondering if it opens and we can jump.
No, he was definitely seeing something that none of us could see.
Right, he's seeing where? Into the beyond.
Yeah.
Was he using his third eye or just the two like you have?
Just the two like I, but he sees things with those eyes in his mind that normal, every
How does he do it? Does he explain his deal?
Well, he has explained it on his show a number of times.
Because he's always had the gift, right?
Yeah, he had it since he was very young.
I know. People are writing to me, how come if this guy has this gift, how come he used to be a ballroom dance instructor?
Really?
Well, we all did stuff before we got in our chosen profession. I used to work in a proctology lab, for God's sake.
But he was taught by people on the Titanic how to ballroom dance.
He was trying to contact Fred Astaire.
The hard way.
Here's Dennis. Dennis, you're on our Fez.
Hi, Dennis.
Hello, gentlemen. Can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Okay. This whole situation makes me very angry. It's no secret. Time Magazine and Entertainment Weekly both had articles that say that this guy plants people in the audience with microphones to listen to other people, the audience, talk, before the show. Yeah, who are you going to ask about? I'm going to ask about this guy. I'm going to ask about that guy. This guy is people are looking for spiritual truth. And this guy's giving them crap, and people just, are buying into it because they're desperate and they're emotional, and it's not right.
All right, Dennis, and let's ask Billy about this. How many people did you have contact with while you're waiting to get read by John Edwards?
One. A cute little redhead, the assistant producer. We were ushered to the green room.
You weren't left in a room full of other people being read where you were discussing, I hope he does this for me.
No, I was not in the studio audience at all. I had no contact with any other people.
How about backstage? You ever say to your wife, I hope it's my dad?
Look, guys, it amazes me that people, between the options that he's a con and there's some very fancy trickery going on, or the other option that he's actually talking to dead people, that people constantly think that the dead people option is the more likely one.
But how can you explain my situation? And I wasn't in an audience talking about it.
Billy, was the cute little redhead the ghost of Lucille Ball?
No.
Billy, let me ask you this. Did they edit anything at all doing this that appeared differently if you watched it than if you watched it live?
Yes.
What parts?
There was one part where my uncle came through, who was a fireman, and they said actually had a little bit of a drinking problem, like the party and stuff, and that didn't pertain to him. That pertained to my stepfather, who
also came through?
Yeah,
so when you were talking about your uncle on the show, John Edwards was actually, you're agreeing to something, but you were agreeing to your uncle, and it was really your stepfather?
No, because my uncle came through as a fireman in a cloud of smoke. That was all totally legitimate.
Silver.
And then later he kind of just as an afterthought said, he liked to party a bit, and he really wasn't here for you. He just wanted, you're not the reason he came here.
He hoped you were holding.
Yeah.
but if you're watching that show, you would have thought it was the other person.
Yeah, but that doesn't change. I mean, that was so insignificant.
No, I'm
I'm
not even saying that.
Yeah.
What I want to know is, does it appear differently live than if I watch it edited?
That part, no. That part would have made no absolute difference whatsoever, because it was almost an afterthought.
At any point when you're watching this, do you give a response, or does John Edwards talk about a response from one dead person and make it seem like it came from another? According to the editing.
No. Everything was kind of like an afterthought. Things they would add after the fact. It's hard to and the other thing was he was a teacher or an educator. Again, that was my stepfather. They said it was about somebody else. I think it may have been my dad.
Man, you go through the dad.
All right, hold on.
Sure.
So he said it about your dad, but it wasn't. It was about your stepdad.
Correct.
All right, here's what I'm trying to say. He's throwing out a bunch of facts, okay? And he's doing it very quickly, and you're trying to put the puzzle together. You're probably thinking, oh, yes, now it's my stepdad. Now it's my uncle. Now it's my cousin. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like you're working with him on this, whether you want to or not, because you want to believe.
Yeah, but I wasn't saying, yes, that's my stepdad at the time. And the fact
But you're nodding along, right?
Yeah, but the fact of the matter is, what he said about my stepdad was true.
But he wasn't talking about your stepdad, right?
Well, during the actual time he was. I mean, during the actual reading, he was. My stepfather did come through, and he was the one who...
but it doesn't appear that way on the TV show.
Not on the TV show.
So it looks like it all is one person. Like he's read one person that came through with all these facts, and you're nodding along, but it was really, if we were watching live, 4 different type things that they pieced together into one.
Well, actually, no. Actually, on the tape, 3 people do come through on the tape. My father, my friend, and my uncle. And that remains very clear.
But there was one extra person?
My stepfather.
And they just fit his facts into other people.
Correct.
I got a little problem with that before we even watch.
Yeah, but again, it's not going to change the validity or the accuracy.
The validity.
No, it's so valid, it's unbelievable.
The accuracy is still there.
Beth believes also. She's like you, Billy. A lot of people believe us. Hey, Beth, you're on Run of Fez. Hi, Beth.
Hi, guys. Card holder 3342. How you doing?
What can we do for you tonight, sweetie?
Well, I went to see him when he was on Maury.
You were on Maury, too, Billy?
Me, no.
Well, he was on Maury, and my mother and my sister got red. And my grandmother died from lung cancer, and my sister's been trying to get pregnant. So she told her to quit smoking before she died. And so my sister would pretend to smoke. Like, she'd get a straw just so she could sit in the cigarette clutch. But she looked like an idiot. But he pointed that out. He's like, who's the one who pretends to smoke? And nobody talks about that beforehand.
Huh.
Pretty creepy.
Sounds like this interview should happen at Bellevue.
You know, the fact that he was on Maury proves to me that it's fake.
Oh, come on now.
Why can't you guys just think that there is the possibility? That this is legit, that there is something we don't understand, that this guy does have a gift. I mean, it is extremely possible that things are beyond the realm of our...
Or what?
I don't know, I'm searching for a word there.
Understanding?
Understanding,
comprehension?
Yeah.
Well, that's just mean, Billy.
No. Because we just have different feelings. It's
just that we've seen people do this bit before.
You haven't seen him do it?
I watched the show.
Yeah.
I think it's a gimmick. I think if somebody's coming in, why wouldn't you just say, Fez, is there someone in your family named Frank? Not someone going, is there a Fran or a Frank or a Felipe or a Philip? And then finally, Fez finally yells out, Ricky? Yes!
Yeah.
No, see, the way it works, and he explains this on the show, is it's not like having a conversation with the dead. It doesn't come through like we're talking right here. He gets images from the beyond, and he has to interpret the images as best he can, based on his life experiences. Like you'll see in the tape, there's a couple of really wacky things that come through that took me a while to figure out. It's just not like picking up a phone and calling somebody. It's an interpretation involved, too.
So when you sat down, with the whole 22-minute thing, the long version, did it take him a while to get warmed up, or did he just start throwing stuff out at you immediately?
Instantaneous.
All right, why don't we take a break? When we come back, we'll play Billy Staples on the John Edwards Show.
All right, 877-692-1027.
I see dead people.
Who said that?
Ron and Fez.
RonandFez.com.
His name is Billy, and he still believes.
I'm Star. Laddie, no! He's just a baby!
Well, were your parents hippies? I was almost called Moonbeam.
The Frog Brothers.
What'd you do to my dog, you a-hole?
That may be the greatest movie of all time. All right, Billy's a little... are you disappointed in us, Billy, that we didn't fall for the gimmick? Are you a little disappointed?
Yeah, I'm a little disappointed that you guys don't have a little more faith in me that I'm not a complete idiot. And it's not a gimmick.
No, I mean...
It's not a gimmick.
There's a difference between a rube and an idiot.
Yeah, you're a rube. No, I'll tell you the truth, Billy. I think in all your heart you wanted to believe you missed your dad. You wanted a goodbye. You didn't get it, right? Your dad died when you were very young. You were how old?
11.
11. Your dad was how old?
43.
All right, so that's tragic. Under any circumstances, a little 11-year-old boy losing his dad, a 43-year-old man taken from his family at really the prime of his life. Tragic. You want some kind of answers. I understand that.
No, but that still doesn't explain, rube, gullible, call it what you want. The things that came through without any prior knowledge are unexplainable, Ron. I think you'll feel differently after you listen to the tape. I honestly do. I think you guys open your eyes to see this a little bit more.
At what point of the tape, did your dad hop into Whoopi Goldberg's body and start to talk to you?
When was that?
Were you already done with the pottery at that point?
Had you finished making that pot and getting clay all over each other?
I don't recall hearing the Righteous Brothers either. I don't remember any of that coming through or...
When he moved a penny across the room.
No, don't recall that either.
What about later when he went after the guy who was trying to kill you and started effing with his computers?
No, that wasn't there either.
At any point did anybody say to you, get off my train?
No, he didn't make it either. He didn't show up.
Okay.
So I know that you want to believe this, and I'm up for it. If it makes you feel better, it's a good thing.
Well, I do feel better
but
about it.
I just think the guy is, a carny. I think it's the beginning of the Wizard of Oz. I think he reached into your bag and he saw that picture of you and Annie M. and he brought it up to you. I think it's great he sent you home.
Right. And told you that you could find your bicycle in the Alamo. The basement.
Wow. No, I don't recall that either, Fez, honestly. I think I would have remembered the Pee-wee reference.
Now, when you started the reading with him, did you immediately say, yes, this guy has nailed it. This guy is talking to my dad?
It did not take... It was very quick. I mean, boom, I was sold. As soon as I heard...
Did you go in skeptical at all or more hopeful? Oh, today's the day I finally get some answers.
Hopeful? Yes, I mean, I was very hopeful, but yeah, there was a part of me, my logic was extremely skeptical. Like I wanted to believe it was possible, but I went in there saying, you know what, this may not happen for me. But as soon as we sat down and a couple of things came through, I was 100% there.
Billy, I got a serious question. Now, did you meet him in a carnival, and he put you in the body of a 30-year-old man, and then you went into a mall and played chopsticks on a large piano?
That's big. He's doing something big.
No, I don't recall that either, Jeff.
Too bad. That was a good movie.
All right, Jeff, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Jeff.
Hey, Ron, how are you doing?
Yeah.
Hey, listen, I think we're missing a key point here. He said he didn't fill out any paperwork, but, initially he said he sent an email to them saying basically he wanted to contact his dead father of 37 years. I mean, if that's not a tip-off, I'm not sure, get them going on the right path there.
Well, that's not a secret. You got to go there wanting to contact some dead
so
person.
how hard would it be for him to figure out, all right...
he only knew my first name going in, so all these guys who say...
Nobody they never knew your last name. No one did.
All right, but
no one knew Staples.
Nobody part of his staff.
All right, even if they researched my whole genealogy, my family tree, that would not explain my friend who came through, who no one would ever know about, who died like 16 years before this happened.
Billy, I think that you explain these facts as your friend. I think he throws things out there, and you want to believe so much that you start going, oh, that's my friend. Oh, the other one's my uncle.
Oh, Ron, you're going to be very surprised when you see the specifics he comes through with my friend. Very, very, you're going to be very surprised.
Yeah, I think once you get him on the path of generic...
Get ready, Ronnie.
I'm going to be freaking out. Thanks, Jeff. Here's KJ. KJ, you're on Ron and Fez. How you doing?
KJ.
Hey, buddy.
How you doing?
Yeah.
I gotta say I agree with Billy on this one.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Hello.
That's it?
Well,
your name. I'm seeing a K and I'm seeing a J.
What's that? Hello?
Yes, explain to us why we should believe.
All right. I watched the show for a few years, and I'm a skeptic.
Uh-huh.
All right? But some of the stuff this guy knows is sick.
I understand.
You're sitting there like, what?
I understand, but what if he knew the facts before? What if the tapes have all been edited? Why isn't it a kind of taped live show the way they do the Tonight Show or Letterman? Why are they taping for 3 hours for a half-hour show?
But it was not generic information that he came up with. It wasn't like...
I think that if you guys see this, you'll...
I've seen the show before.
Oh, you have?
And I know people who do the same act, probably not as well as he does.
No.
And we know one guy who we know for sure is a fake.
Mm-hmm.
And he's doing the exact same routine.
No, he doesn't have the gift.
With the, I see a Jim, a John, a Joey.
No.
Right, and then people go, yes, Joey, that's it. Right.
And that's probably the extent of it. He keeps fishing and fishing and fishing. John was very specific with the things that he came out with.
He never said initial first. He never said more than one name.
Oh, of course he did.
What do you mean, of course? Like, that's obvious.
All that sound exactly the same. He goes, I'm seeing a Bob, a Kim, or a Larry. No.
Wait, hold on. So if Fez runs into somebody, and they go to him, yeah, you are Fez, Frank, he's going to think, this son of a bitch doesn't even know my name. Right. Not somebody that knows him would never do that or remembered him.
Again, it goes
back... It'd be a guy fishing.
Again, it goes back to what I said before. The images he gets can be interpreted a number of different ways, and he does the best with what he's seeing in his head, the messages, to interpret them to us.
Eric, you're on Manifest.
Yeah,
hey,
how you doing, man?
Yeah.
Hey, I think whole thing's, crap, and, yeah, I think you guys are overlooking something. The old episodes are on the Sci-Fi Channel.
Yeah.
Now, what's the other half of Sci-Fi?
Fiction. Yeah.
That means to me that the whole thing's fake. And plus, where did he get this gift from?
Now, where did he get the gift?
He was born with it. It's not like he can buy it in a store.
He probably dropped on his head, and now he's stupid.
Nah.
All right, well, the guy's not stupid, no matter what.
Hopefully you don't ever lose somebody that you'd like to contact, I mean, and you'd be running to him in a second.
I understand. That part is sad. That part is sad. And a lot of us wish we could talk to somebody else.
You can.
I'm not going to wait 3 years.
All right, I'm going to put Mackenzie on, who has some quotes for us. Mackenzie, you're on Fez.
Hi, Mackenzie.
Hi. I'm just calling to defend John and Billy. I don't think that John is BS at all. He's the first person that will come out and tell you that he doesn't like to have people go through him in order to contact their loved ones. He feels that it should have been done while they were still alive, and he also doesn't need to justify himself, whereas other psychics always have to come up with excuses. He's not BS. Like, the stuff that he comes out with is
I'm glad he doesn't feel the need to justify himself.
By doing a syndicated TV show.
Right.
No, it's not. He does it because he shows people that, like, there is an afterlife. Well, I mean, for those that actually...
But let me explain. If anything happens in a scientific paper, okay, somebody writes a scientific theory, the first thing all the other scientists make him do is justify this. The first thing they do is attack it like they were opposing lawyers to try to figure out why this theory is not true. That's how we get to the end of this. But with this stuff, hey, I don't have to prove it. It just is.
Well, no.
We have the tape. We'll all watch it, okay?
Watch the tape, because he'll pull out details that you just sit there and you're like, where did this come from? How would he know that? There's things that people keep to themselves and watch it, because
we're gonna watch
change
it.
your mind. Okay.
Yeah, my mind will be changed. I hope it is, Fezzy.
That would be nice. Be nice to think that this guy's legit and on the level.
I think
and that you can go to him and get help.
Fezzy, I'm going to say this. He's too legit to quit.
Nice. Hopefully that'll be our attitude after we watch this videotape.
I think you'll be pleasantly surprised.
877-692-1027. We're Ron and Fez.
RonandFez.com.
All right, we do have the tape here. Should we just let it run through the first time, Billy? Then we'll come back and ask you about it?
Yeah, I think that'd be good. This way you can get the feel for the whole thing and how quickly
when did you have your reading done? You said you were the first ever for this show.
It was about 2 years ago.
Okay, about 2 years ago.
Right.
Here's Billy on the very first John Edwards crossing over.
My name is Billy Hine. My father passed away when I was 11. He died suddenly of a heart attack when we were on a family camping trip. I never got to say goodbye, and I just hope that today I'll finally be able to put this behind me and get on with the rest of my life.
Recently, I sat down to do a one-on-one session with a man named Billy. He was hoping to connect with a father he lost when he was just a boy. Here's what happened. Okay, the first thing I want to talk about is I'm getting a feeling of an older male figure who has crossed over, and that to me would be something that I would see as either being father, grandfather, uncle. It's somebody who I would see as being crossed over already when I'm talking about somebody who's here. Tell me about Danny or Denny. Danny? DN. Danny, Don, Denny. There's like a DN connection that's coming up with this. And he's showing me books and schooling and education. And they're asking me, how come you didn't put the flag out? Is it like a family thing that you normally do?
No, it's something else.
Okay. They just want me to ask you that. I don't know why. I have no idea. I'm just thinking because my world just passed. But they're saying, like, why didn't you put the flag out? Again, it's their validation, their way of coming through for you. Okay, now, Kenny, Kevin, Candy, there's some type of K-N or Kristen. There's like a K-N sound. Who is this?
That could be my friend who passed. That was his last name, almost to a T.
Okay. I know that police officers carry the badge and the shield. Somebody's showing me a shield. So they need to acknowledge the shield. So I'm bringing this up for you also, okay? And I feel like there's some type of connection to either he passed with the impact or that there's something that affected his head where there was something that I would see as either being an explosion or something that affects his... This is an event that causes his passing. It's not exactly a healthcare thing from what I'm feeling. And something about sorry not being at the wedding, sorry not being at the event. There's a big festive, happy thing that was going on. I'm sorry that I wasn't there for that is kind of what's coming across. I do not get this as being a recent passing. I'm not feeling like he just passed. I feel like I'm gone a while. He's been there for a while. And he's telling me to go back to 1984. I don't know what happened in 1984. Was he still here then?
It was just about the time of his passing.
Okay, he's taking me back to around 1984. He's also indicating Wayne Newton. To me, they want me to say the name Wayne, they want me to say the name Newton, or you've got some type of inside joke going on here with Wayne Newton, but I have no idea what this means. Now, who's the fireman with all the smoke? Who had all the...
Oh, my God. My uncle.
Passed?
Yeah.
Okay, he's here. He's telling him to call him Smokey. He's got like all this smoke all around him, and he's making like, this is how he passes. Does he know your mom?
Yeah.
He's telling me to say hi to mom. Is that your mom's brother-in-law?
Yeah.
Okay, it's like your mom's sister's husband? How is this connected?
My father's sister's husband. So it's a brother-in-law.
All right, because he's telling me that my sister's husband. That's how he's coming across to me, which takes a lot of energy. And he's calling out to Lenny. There's an L.
Yeah.
There's like an L connection that he's telling me to acknowledge. Also like to drink a bit from what he's showing me, but enjoyed life. I feel like he enjoyed life while he's here. And he's telling me that you're not here for him, but he had to jump in and say hi. This is kind of like what he wanted to do. Wait a second. Who's the Nancy or the NN? Ann? Not Ann. It's like...
My wife's mother's name is Nancy.
Okay.
She's not passed.
That's okay. That's just their way of telling me where we're at. It's their way of like saying, let us off the straight. So I have somebody, whether it be a younger male, a cousin, or somebody also in her family who's trying to come through and acknowledge. They're talking about somebody either planning a trip now, going to either the Caribbean, Florida, or something that's coming up down south. I'm going to say that this is Florida, and I'm going to say it's Disney World, because they give me this feeling of I'm going by where the mouse is. I'm going with the ears. I'm being dropped down there, and I'm seeing something that would be upstate, out of state, not in the city area from what they're showing me. They got green and trees all around this.
Oh, yeah.
They're trying to show me a house with a porch where there's like 2 or 3 steps going up, and either the second step or one of the steps are broken, or the wood's off, or it's splintered. And they're telling me to tease you about when is this going to be fixed, or when are we going to fix this. So I don't know if your wife is saying, fix this needs to be painted, this needs to be sanded. And then we can tease her about the tree or the plant dying. There's something about the tree or the plant being dead. That's how they're coming across.
I tease her about that all the time.
877-692-1027. We're on a Fez.
RonandFez.com.
Billy was pleased that his dad came through, but a little surprised when an old friend came through also. Here's what he had to say to our producers after the show.
My experience today was amazing. More came through than I ever imagined. The old man with the flag at my father's funeral, it was a military funeral, and after the flag off my father's casket, they came over and they handed it to me. And I have never opened it or done anything with it since, and I still have it folded up in my closet. The young man in the car accident with the shield was my best friend, Glenn. He died in a terrible car crash going to work one night. It was alcohol-related. It was a big explosion. He was a police officer, and he was my best friend for a long, long time. The hit with Disneyland was he's talking about the mouse. That's where my wife and I, we went on our honeymoon. Linda and I don't have any children, so I tease her about, the plants dying. I was like, how can you want to have kids? You can't even keep a plant alive. I don't understand about Wayne Newton. I'm going to try and find out, but I have no idea.
As with all sessions, whether it's a one-on-one or in the gallery, not everything I say makes sense all the time. Sometimes I misinterpret, and I know that Wayne Newton reference has something to do with his family, and I just don't know when it's going to come out, but hopefully Billy will call us when he figures it out.
All right. Billy Staples on the John Edwards Show crossing over.
What a fast-talking bastard. I was trying to take notes there, Fezzy. I could barely keep up.
It was very hard because he's, like I said, he's gazing off into another place, talking a mile a minute.
And here's the... Okay, another place, because he's so far above us. He's in another dimension. Billy, you went there to talk to your dad, right?
Correct.
What possible information did you get from your dad before Smokey and your friend and everybody else came hopping?
And Wayne Newton?
You got nothing.
To begin with, he said my dad's name. Right?
No. You went there to talk with your dad, right?
Right, but by him saying that, my dad's name acknowledged that my father was there.
Okay, hold on.
Okay.
He never gave you anything from your dad.
Yeah, about the flag.
The flag, and that was it.
That's plenty.
That is all your father's worried about on the other side?
No, he told
Where's the flag?
He told me it was okay about the flag. Telling me it was all right that I never put it out, I never used it for anything, that I still have it folded in the triangle from the day I got it at the funeral.
That's what everybody does.
The flag we had in the office was from my grandmother. That's been opened up and stuff. I just felt it was wrong to open it up and use it for anything. It's always been folded up.
But so that was the big information from your dad before all these other people come popping in.
Ron,
he's got nothing else to say to you after 30 years.
Again, it's like just the fact that came through is enough. Just the fact that my dad was there and sent a message to me about the flag. What's he going to say? Hey, I'm glad glad you're doing comedy. No.
Yes, that would have been great. I would have enjoyed that information.
It doesn't work. It's not a conversation like picking up and dialing. This is something that was very important. This was handed to me, and as an 11-year-old boy, a flag at his father's funeral.
After 30, let me tell you, let's suppose your dad actually went out to sea and didn't come back for 37 years. And the first thing he brings up is the damn flag. You're going to be saying, something, I got kids, I'm married, I got all this other stuff. You're still bringing up the damn flag to me after all this time.
No. Anything, that was probably one of the most sentimental things, going back to the funeral,
and
you
went there to talk to your dad, right? And he knows it. Then right off the bat, he's like, there's an older male.
Right, he yelled out grandfather, uncle.
Father. There's a father figure.
And you've already emailed that you wanted to contact your father.
Correct, but I emailed the producers.
He knows.
Right, he doesn't talk to his producers.
No.
Well, we don't.
No.
He may have us there.
But seriously, if Jeremy has information, he doesn't give it to us. Because we're in two different worlds.
Again, there was no fact sheet filled out. All I mentioned was I wanted to contact my father, didn't give a name.
And then
But his first thing with you was, I see a father figure. Mm-hmm. A father, an uncle, a grandfather.
And at that point, you started crying.
Well, pretty close. Yeah, I was definitely...
believing. And you were believing at that point.
Of course I was believing at that point. How would he know about the flag? Even if they researched my family and found out my dad's name and how he died and everything else, how would they know that the flag is still in my closet and I never opened it up?
All right, Ronnie.
I don't remember him saying that you never opened up the flag. You're saying that.
No, he told me that the message was, it's okay about the flag.
That's it.
Yeah, that's plenty. Of all the things for him to come up with about a dead father, you think, how would he know that there was even a flag involved in a military funeral?
Ronnie, ask me about my father and say, is there a flag?
All right, your dad, there's something about a flag, Fez?
Yes, every Sunday he puts out a Buccaneer flag out in front of the house. And he lost one time, putting it on the side of the car driving to the stadium.
Ask me about the flag, Fez.
Ron?
Yeah.
I believe I'm getting a father figure, says something about a flag.
Oh, my God, he gave me an early American flag that was a Bennington flag, and I had it at one time, and I put it in storage, and I don't know where it is now.
Everybody
gets a flag.
That's ridiculous. This is the flag from my father's funeral.
Right, but mine would be just as important. Oh, mine isn't a family flag.
A Buccaneer flag?
That's to their family. They go to the Buccaneer games every Sunday. What we're trying to say is you can make anybody...
If you knew my father, he bleeds pewter.
Okay.
Oh.
But that was probably one of the best things, just to mention.
And you think, how many Americans you think are buried with a flag? How many guys were in the service?
Or veterans.
Right. So that's what I'm trying to say.
So who's to say that my dad, how would he even know my dad was a veteran?
There's a good shot there. That's all I'm saying.
If your dad died 30 years ago, there's a good chance that he had some sort of military service.
And there's also a good chance that he wasn't in the military. You know,
right, and the guy's talking so quick he'd have moved on. Other things came up, like Wayne Newton. That meant nothing to you. At the time. Does it now?
Yeah, it does. You know, again, it happens.
I'm not even going to ask.
Again, it happens so quickly, guys. You actually, after it's over, your mind is spinning so much with information.
Okay. Yeah, I know. Mine is just from hearing the thing.
You know,
misinformation. My mind is spinning with misinformation.
My father came through to me and talked about a flag, and it's like minimizing that it's actually hurtful.
Well, in your dream the other night, did he bring up the flag again?
No, he talked to me about being dead.
Right. He started making sense to you in your dream, right?
But again,
now constantly harping on that damn flag.
Again, my father's come through. My father's come through to me twice in dreams, and only since this reading. Never before that.
And with Wayne Newton?
No, Wayne Newton was not there.
Wayne Newton's still alive.
All right, hold on. Here's Bill. Bill, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hi, Bill.
Hey, guys, how are you?
Hey, buddy.
Yeah, I want to ask Billy Staples a question.
Yeah.
Billy, when you're at, the carnival, right?
Mm-hmm.
And a guy says, I'll guess your weight for $2. And if I'm wrong, I'll give you this nice, fine mug here. Now, and you sit on the scale, and he guesses your weight, and he's wrong. And you win the mug, and you walk away saying, geez, I feel real good. I won the mug. The guy was wrong.
I won.
Yeah, but actually, all the guy's doing is selling mugs.
Right.
He's not
overpriced mugs. I did the same thing in the carnival. Spin and win, whatever it stops on is what you get. Bear dog every time. Everybody left with a bear dog. And everybody thought they were a winner. Woo! And we used to get those dogs for like $7 a gross. You'd be lucky by the time you got to the end of the midway that it just didn't come apart in your hand.
The difference is that guy is a hack and a phony. That's the whole thing, and everyone knows that going in. And if he does guess your weight, it's just a lucky guess.
Can I tell you something? Very few people know that it's a hack and a phony.
I don't buy that. You're going to say some guy sitting there with 2 teeth is going to have the ability to guess your weight and when you were born.
What we're saying is,
the way to be easier.
But you still win. He wins.
He got your money, so he won right from the start.
It's not the same.
All right, here's Michael. Michael, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hi, Michael.
Yeah, hey, how you guys doing?
Yeah.
Hey, for the military funerals, one, you can research any military funeral, go back and find out who had a military funeral. Second thing, all military funerals, they give a flag out. They probably asked his mom, who wants the flag, and she said, give it to my son.
Yeah, they always
so that's how they can know that the flag was involved.
Yeah, but you don't have to have a military funeral to get a flag.
No, but I mean, you can research, you can research a military funeral, though. That's probably how they knew about it.
As long as you were a vet, you can receive a flag.
Exactly.
All right, thanks, Michael.
Thank you. Bye.
877-692-1027.
Let's take a break. We'll come back and listen to it again, and we'll stop it from time to time.
Sure enough.
Also, your wife wants to be on the show, and
well, she was there with me, so if there's anything I was forgetting, or she can enlighten, she might remember something.
We'll talk to your wife, and then later your son Bart, and we'll get the whole family. Oh wait, that's a different. That's a different show.
It is. It's on earlier.
Right. 877-692-1027. We're Ron and Fez.
RonandFez.com.
We're Ron and Fez. In the living years, we're Ron and Fez.
All right, we're going over this thing with our own Billy Staples has done this John Edwards show.
Went there hoping to contact his father who passed away 30 years ago. Billy says his father came through along with some other dearly departed from Billy's life. We listened to the entire interview. Now what we'd like to do is just go back and check a few things. Billy, you don't mind. I mean, you're very gung-ho about this. You absolutely believe you were contacted through John Edwards.
Oh, yeah, and I welcome the opportunity to explain it.
All right, and so you don't mind if Ronnie and I are a little skeptical here and try to point out some things along the way.
Go right ahead.
All right, why don't we play the tape now?
Okay.
And try to stop it from time to time, because this guy talks so fast, Fezzy.
Yeah.
And about nothing that after a while it's just words slapping around.
Right, that's one of the points right from the get. He's throwing out so much information that isn't it very likely something's going to connect if you're throwing out that many pieces of info?
Especially if you want to believe.
Right.
Yeah, but you would normally throw out generic stuff. What he came out with was extremely specific.
All right, let's start and go through it.
All right, we'll start here, right here at the beginning.
My name is Billy Hine. My father passed away when I was 11. He died suddenly.
All right, right away, Billy. You acting like you can't believe he found your dad. You're letting everybody know that you're looking to talk to your dad. All right, let's keep going.
I suddenly have a heart attack when we were on a family camping trip. I never got to say goodbye, and I just hope that today I'll finally be able to put this behind me and get on with the rest of my life.
Recently, I sat down to do a one-on-one session with a man named Billy. He was hoping to connect with a father he lost when he was just a boy. Here's what happened. Okay, the first thing I want to talk about is I'm getting a feeling of an older male figure who has crossed over, and that to me would be something that I would see.
All right.
All right, now don't you think that I would be able to do that if I knew you were looking to talk to your father?
Yeah, you could say I'm seeing a male father figure. Of course you could.
Yeah. All right,
an older male figure.
Again, that is the only information he had going in. All right? If you want to sit there and say, yeah, you know, this could be a setup. And
just so you know, you gasped when he said that. You literally gasped, and the tears are all welled up.
And, but here's the thing. Why does he have to do that if he knows you're there? You volunteered the information. You'd like to speak to your dad, get some closure. Why does he have to start it out with older male figure? Why can't he say, I'm seeing your father?
Because this is what he's getting. What happens is if it appears above me, it's an older figure, a father, a grandfather. If it appears above my head, and if it appears to the side, it's people my same age. And if it appears below me, it's a child or someone younger than me.
Below me is right.
Oh.
Below me is what I would have said to him.
So it's not a specific...
Below me. Look there.
Below me? Below all of us.
So you're getting the impression again, and I can't...
And then when you're done, below yourself, pal, because I ain't buying. I was born at night, but not last night.
So you think everything's coming through specifically crystal clear. It's not. It's images. And the images that he was seeing were above me, so it's an older figure.
Right.
So
okay,
he
great.
actually saw... All right, let me ask this then. If he's seen an image of your father, right?
But he sees an image, not of my father, something that he can relate to. Maybe he'll see his grandfather or his father. That's the image that he sees in his head.
Okay, because my point is, if he's seeing an older male figure, your father's not an older male figure to you anymore. You're the same age.
Yeah, but in relationship to me, it is.
All right.
It would be an older male.
Okay, here we go. More John Edwards and Billy Staples.
Feeling of an older male figure who has crossed over, and that to me would be something that I would see as either being father, grandfather, uncle. It's somebody who I would see as being crossed over already. We're not talking about somebody who's here. Tell me about Danny or Denny. Danny? DN. Danny, Don, Denny. There's like a DN connection that's coming up with this.
All right, another gasp. 4 names into this thing, you gasp.
First off, my father's name was Donald Hine, right? Okay, so...
What do people call him?
Don.
All right.
They never called him Danny or Denny?
No.
Or den. At one point, the man just yelled out den.
I see him in a den.
Put it this way, every name he came out with sounded very similar, the DN sound. So, I mean, come on, he didn't throw in a Jimmy or a Louie in there.
All right, Ronnie, is there a Denny, a Danny, or a Don in your life?
Yes, there is, as a matter of fact.
But is it your father who you were looking to contact?
No, but it's a father figure.
I have an uncle Don.
Okay, so nothing would have meant anything to you unless it was your dad, right?
No, with what you'll hear later, a lot of it would have meant something to me. But
exactly, but look, he just said, do you have a Danny or a Don in your life? Yes, I do. All right, let's keep moving.
All right.
Danny, Don, Denny, just like a DN connection that's coming up with this. And he's showing me books and schooling and education. And,
all right, let's stop there. What's the books and schooling and education?
Yeah, because I missed that completely the first time.
That was my stepfather. That's where they edited. They added that in for which makes absolutely no sense and doesn't add anything to the reading. But that was regarding my stepfather, who was a teacher.
Okay.
All right, so that's a problem for me.
For some reason, that's a man who claims to be on the level,
right, and yet is using creative editing to make it look like he's getting more information about your dad than he actually has.
Okay, again, in production...
Wait a minute, I see books, desk... Fez, did your dad go to school at one point?
Yes, he did.
That'll be $600, please. And another $100 for the Hawk. That's $700. Now, we are running a special...
Hawk, you're going to have to go home!
Now, we are running a special over Christmas time. All right, so right away you said there's creative editing.
Yes, but my stepfather did come through.
No. I got a problem with that. I got a problem that they would fake anything.
It wasn't faked. It wasn't fake. It did happen. It did occur. They just, for some reason...
Anytime you do something weird with the editing, that's fake.
Again, I leave that to the production.
It's like the Mark Burnett from Survivor, the last time in Australia. He went and reshot things using extras posing as the castaways. You know, and people are going, all right, what's the deal? You know, and he goes, oh, it was just for production value.
Because, Billy, it's just a show. That's the point. It's because it's a show. All right, so let's see, where he's already faking us 14 seconds into this thing.
Right.
All right, let's go on now.
Schooling and education. And they're asking me, how come you didn't put the flag out?
All right, hold on. Why are they asking?
Because there's more than one person there.
Who is it?
All the people. It's not like, one person comes in.
Though?
So
all the dead relatives and friends who were contacted.
All right, so your dad is hanging around with your stepdad in heaven?
Ew!
No, these are the messages that are coming from the beyond to John. It's not like it's like one person comes in and you got a dead person waiting when the next guy comes in right after him. That's all coming at once. He's getting bombarded with images.
All right, so the big point that you haven't seen your dad in, 37 years or something?
1969, 32 years.
All right, 32 years. All he cares about is the stamp flag.
That's a very important part.
That's a keepsake. It's a keepsake. I agree. There was no reason for you to hang that flag up. I would have thought it was weird if you did.
What would he have had to have said, or my dad would have had to have said to convince you guys? Just the fact that this is something that came from his funeral when I was very young, and it meant a lot to me.
Right.
It still means a lot to me. One of the last things I have from my father.
What if he said something about the day he died? That's where you feel any sort of guilt, the fact that you weren't there.
You were never guilty about the flag.
No. But he did come to me in the dream and explain to me a little bit about
this happened years later. We're talking about you and John Edwards.
Yeah.
Why didn't he say something about what you really needed? If he's there, and he's there to speak to you, I mean, don't you think something about that?
Are you talking about Don or Denny?
Don. Don the dad.
But Fez,
didn't he take you to Denny's? Maybe that's what that was all about.
No, we never
You guys used to go to Denny's a lot.
Back then it was called Sambo's.
But that was what I needed, though, Fez. That hit a chord with me.
I mean, okay. All right, but we explained the whole flag thing last spring.
And they're asking me, how come you didn't put the flag out? Is it like a family thing that you normally do?
No, it's something else.
What is something else?
And the tears, as you can hear, audience, are just flowing at this point.
Let me ask you this.
Sure.
If he would have asked you for oral at that second when you gave it to him.
Of course not.
All right.
You're not
I disagree.
below him.
That's the only thing so far that I do believe. That you would have gave him oral. Nothing else makes sense to me. All right.
We continue. Billy Staples being interviewed by John Edwards?
No, it's something else.
Okay, they just want me to ask you that. I don't know why. I have no idea. I'm just thinking because my world just passed. But they're saying, like, why didn't you put the flag out? Again, it's their validation, their way of coming through for you. Okay, now, Kenny, Kevin, Candy, there's some type of K-N.
All right, let's stop there.
Okay.
Your dad, you want to talk to your dad.
Mm-hmm.
Suddenly somebody else comes in, you get one thing, the flag, and that's it.
But I get other messages later on that are not so clear who they're coming from, but this one...
All right, but here...
I would say this. Everyone but my dad, please shut up.
It's not like you can call the shots. You know,
obviously.
I mean, it's like all of a sudden you got people coming through. I've never contacted my dead friends and relatives before.
Can I tell you what he did there, though?
What's that?
Listen to the names that he did. Is there a Kenny, Candy, Kevin, Kirsten, or Kristen?
All KNs.
Yes, but he did man, woman, man, woman. I
Right.
mean, you could get any sort of name, male or female, out of that.
And let me ask you this. Who doesn't know a Kevin or a Kenny?
I do.
Me too.
I know Kevin or Kenny also. But this was my friend's last name.
What did you... Can you say that?
Sure, Kineski.
Wait a minute.
Do you realize that that's nowhere near Candy?
He said the KN sound.
Oh, God, Billy.
Wait. When you hear the rest, it'll all make a perfect picture. It'll all wrap up, and you'll...
He says do you know a Kenny? You start crying, sobbing. Yes, I do. Kineski.
Yeah, don't you understand? This was a shock for me. I didn't expect this for Glenn, my buddy Glenn Kineski, to come through.
He didn't. Kevin and Kirsten did.
Do you know a Candy? Yes, Alan Kowicki. He passed away. It's Alan Kowicki, the NASCAR driver.
He didn't even guess the name, and you're agreeing.
I don't... Again, you guys are making it seem like it comes through clear as a bell. It's an interpretation.
You told him, yes, that's his last name.
I said it's very close to his last name. It's almost his last name.
Exactly, you said.
The first three letters of his last name were K-O-N.
You said that's almost his last name exactly.
Okay, I don't recall exactly what I said.
Yes, you did.
Okay, so if I said it, I said it.
I'm glad we stopped this, because I thought it was your friend Kenny.
Right.
No, it was my friend Glenn Kineski.
No, it was Alan Kowicki. All right.
Wait, listen to the rest. What happens here? And
I don't know if I can bear it.
Listen to how he throws out so many different names. Names that begin with K.
Okay, now, Kenny, Kevin, Candy, there's some type of K-N or Kristen.
Male and female.
Who's this?
That could be my friend who passed. That was his last name, almost to a T.
Okay, I know that police officers carry the badge and the shield. Somebody's showing me a shield. So they need to acknowledge the shield. So I'm bringing this up for you also. Okay?
All right, hold on.
Yeah.
Was it a gladiator?
He said a police officer. He didn't say a gladiator. You know, just because he had a shield, it wasn't
Is there do you know a Captain America? Or a Kenny or Kirsten America?
Now you're making fun.
A Kenny Maximus?
No. My friend who passed was a police officer in New York City. And, again, how could you explain that? I mean, of all the people I would know, you probably the last person you would ever think of to have a police friend. I mean, come on. I don't hear you explaining that one away. The fact that you saw a police shield for this guy.
He didn't say police shield, did he?
Yeah.
He said any kind of...
he said he's showing a police shield. Am I correct?
No, let's go back and hear it again.
If he did, I missed it.
Okay.
All right. Take us back there. Thank you.
I know that police officers carry the badge and the shield. Somebody's showing me a shield. So they need to acknowledge the shield. So I'm bringing this up for you also. Okay? And I feel like there's some type of connection to either he passed with the impact or that there's something that affected his head where there was something that I would see as either being an explosion or something that affects his... This is an event that causes his passing. It's not exactly a healthcare thing from what I'm feeling.
Okay. So the fact that you've already nodded to him being a policeman...
Mm-hmm.
Then he goes, and it's a friend, so he's died young.
Right.
Mm-hmm. So it's very likely that there's going to be, he says, impact.
Okay.
Right.
Which could cover, you know, a gunshot, anything.
Accident.
Didn't he say a fiery explosion, too?
All right, let's move on.
Oh, but my friend died in a car crash on his way home from work one night, getting off from... being a police officer. He got into a car accident. It was a big explosion. He was killed.
I'm sorry that happened.
Yeah.
That's awful.
I am too, but I mean, with that knowledge now, listening to that, it's not so easy to debunk.
Yes, it's easy to debunk. All right, what's Kenny say to you here? What do you get from him?
He comes in and says he's sorry he missed the wedding, I believe he says.
All right, so you got married how long after?
7 years.
Okay. And that's all he's bringing up.
He just missed it.
No, he brings up the Wayne Newton.
All right, let's hear it.
And something about sorry not being at the wedding, sorry not being at the event. There's a big festive, happy thing that was going on. I'm sorry that I wasn't there for that is kind of what's coming across. I do not get this as being a recent passing. I'm not feeling like he just passed. I feel like I'm gone a while. He's been there for a while. And he's telling me to go back to 1984. I don't know what happened in 1984. Was he still here then?
It was just about the time of his passing.
Okay, here's the situation. He says, I don't think this is a recent passing. You volunteer with your nods. You're right. It's not a recent passing. I could yell back 15 years and say 1984. And yes, of course that's going to be.
Was that the year?
Very close to it. That was about the time we... And again, one of the things that
What
didn't
year
make
was it? I mean, if it wasn't the exact year...
Well, that was when we used to hang out together, 84, and he died right after we used to... Okay, one of the things that did not make the tape, he says, I'm seeing also connection between you two with initials.
I'm seeing you guys at a Flock of Seagulls show. Am I wrong about that?
Did Kachi-Goo-Goo open for that one?
Yeah.
Cool.
And he goes, I see you above him in some kind of capacity. We used to...
Oh, that's disgusting.
We used to work at HFC, and I was his boss.
Yeah. Oh, that's amazing. All right, let's keep going.
All right.
I don't know what happened in 1984. Was he still here then?
It was just about the time of his passing.
Okay, he's taking me back to around 1984.
All right, I'll tell you what happened in 1984. A band called Frankie goes to Hollywood, stormed the States, and made us all dance again.
Relax.
That's what happened.
Don't do it.
When you want to get to it.
Okay.
Hey, that's it. Is there a Frankie, a Freddie, a Frida?
Does someone named Frankie tell you to choose life?
What do Frankie say?
Wait a minute. There's a Kevin or a Kirsten pushing your dad out of the way.
Oh, come on.
Because he wants to... I would be pissed. I want to talk to my dad.
And I did.
Okay. We'll continue with the tape here. This is Billy Staples on the John Edwards Show, crossing over.
Okay, he's taking me back to around 1984. He's also indicating Wayne Newton. To me, they want me to say the name Wayne, they want me to say the name Newton, or you've got some type of inside joke going on here with Wayne Newton, but...
Okay, right there.
Now, at the time you said that made no connection to you, right?
Actually, Wayne Newton came through 2 different times during the reading.
Yeah.
And he goes, this was very important regarding
Both with your friend, Glenn?
Yeah, both with my friend Glenn.
Let me ask you this. When did that movie come out with this song?
Ferris Bueller?
Yeah.
That's got to be around 1984.
Maybe that's what he meant. You guys went to see this together.
No, never saw it together. We used to drink a lot together.
No, you?
Yeah.
I'm shocked.
And the whole Wayne Newton thing, after giving a little thought, I actually called the producers back the next day when I figured it out.
Hoping that you could once again get on the show.
No, just they say at the end of the show, if you know what it is, call us back, and they'll sometimes talk about it. It was one of the things that I used to do when I was drinking beer and stuff. I would eat Fig Newtons. And he used to always make fun of me for that, calling me like a jerk and stuff. That's disgusting. And then he got into it, and we used to drink beer and eat Fig Newtons together all the time, whenever we went out partying together.
Wow.
Now, you know...
I don't know what's sadder.
Is it?
You lost a friend, or that you lived a life like this?
Or that you think of Fig Newton as Wayne Newton, the entertainer.
Well, when I was a kid, I used to call Wayne Newton Fig Newton when he used to be on the Merv Griffin show.
Out of your way. Out of your way to prove this Carney correct.
Oh, Billy, there's some straw. Could you grasp it for me?
Come on.
And another thing, if I ever get into court, don't you be on my side.
Why? Because I believe in things? I would believe in you as much as I believe in this.
Please don't. I'm begging you not
Your
to.
Honor, I believe in him. Guilty.
We would eat Fig Newtons, handfuls at a time. Well, we got to take a break. We'll be back with more of this. Billy, I'll say this. You got a heart of gold.
Well, thank you.
The head needs some work, but you got a heart of gold.
And I hope you come back to visit me sometime.
All right. Dan from Hoboken says, beer and Fig Newtons. Did John Edwards predict the stomach stapling, too?
He actually did say something at the very end. He goes, you're about to make a big decision.
Yeah, we were all thinking
with
that.
it.
877-692-1027, Ron and Fez Show.
RonandFez.com.
Billy Staples is a believer. We're Ron and Fez. Talking to Billy Staples tonight about his experience with John Edwards. You know him, of course, from the Crossing Over show.
All right, how much more is on here on this tape we've been going through?
1 more minute?
All right, let's give it a... Fezzy and I got to tell you, Billy, we're a little bit skeptical.
Well, you know, I wish I could change your minds, but I don't think you guys are going to believe no matter what you heard. So you had your minds made up.
What we're doing is we're going through the tape bit by bit, stopping the interview that we watched with you, and just pointing out how someone can pull these things off.
Right.
I know you're absolutely amazed, and you're like, where could he get that from? We're just trying to show you some of the ways he could get that.
All right,
you know what? I'll tell you something else. I've seen coin tricks that I can't figure it out, but I know it's a trick.
Okay. Well, see, that's the difference. I know this wasn't a trick, or I don't believe in my heart and soul that this was a trick. I mean, let me ask you a question. I mean, how would the police shield come up regarding my friend? I mean that's...
All right, let's move on, though.
Okay,
you bring up the police shield constantly.
Well, it hasn't been explained away. That's the only reason I bring it up.
All right, so you want us to explain it away? That's what you want with us?
Well, no, it's just that I would like to, there's other stuff that you can easily... All
right, let's get into this then.
Sure, no problem.
Let's keep the show moving along.
No problem.
All right. Here's more of Billy on John Edwards.
To me, they want me to say the name Wayne. They want me to say the name Newton. Or you've got some type of inside joke going on here with Wayne Newton, but I have no idea what this means. Now, who's the fireman with all the smoke? Who had all the...
Oh, my God. My uncle.
Passed?
Yeah.
Okay, he's here. He's telling him to call him Smokey. He's got, like, all this...
All right, hold on. Your uncle, the fireman.
Correct.
Was his nickname Smokey?
Not that I'm aware of.
Westbound and down, 18-wheeler rolling. Are we going to do what they say can't be done? We've got a long way to go.
Call me Smokey.
Time to get there. I'm westbound.
You got a smoky in your tail.
Yeah, good buddy. I'm coming in from heaven. This is Smokey. I'm looking for that big-ass Billy Staples. All right, so why do you think he said call him Smokey?
Well, it could have been his nickname at the firehouse or something. He lived there.
I'm sure. That would be like me calling Fez Jokey.
All right, Rob, let me explain. This is an uncle who lived...
And my friend, Radio-y. Hi, Radio-y.
Oh, Jokey.
All right, I see
how a little
your point.
That guys at a firehouse ain't going to call each other Smokey.
Hey, Microphony, how you doing?
Hey, helmet head. You putting that helmet on your head again?
Hey, Heat Miser, what's going down?
Where's big truck guy?
Hey, big rubber boots.
Is
boy.
What time siren he coming in today?
Full slider. What's the hap?
Again, he lived very far away.
Who, Smokey?
My uncle Laurie.
Laurie?
Yeah, the short for Lawrence. They used to call him Laurie.
I'd rather go with Smokey.
I would definitely want Smokey if I was a man and my name was Laurie.
By the way, a cop was here. I don't know if you know him. Shooty. And...
Oh, I know him. He's a friend of Tickety.
Yeah. He came in with Badgie.
Mm-hmm, right.
Oh, it's crazy night. It's a crazy night. I went to my baker, Bretty.
Oh, yeah, he's nice. You know who introduced him to me?
Who's that?
My tailor, Zoe.
All right, let's get back to Smokey. That's not his name, right?
Again, I don't know. It very well possibly could be.
You're from Long Island.
Correct.
You know cops and firemen.
Yeah,
right?
This fireman lived north of Buffalo, just below Canada.
But I'm just saying how the guy's fishing.
Okay,
you're friends with cops, you might be friends with firemen. Let's get into this.
All right. And now, did your uncle, did he die in a fire?
No, he did not.
All right. So you see, this guy's seeing him surrounded by smoke.
Again, it comes as an image.
Could it be the Uncle Nature Boy?
Woo! Do you know a 13-time champion?
Oh, yeah. Belty. Championship Belty.
All right, let's get back into it.
Here's more Billy Staples on John Edwards.
Passed.
Yeah.
Okay, he's here. He's telling him to call him Smokey. He's got, like, all this smoke all around him, and he's making like, this is how he passes. Does he know your mom?
Yeah.
He's telling me to say hi to...
Now, he just said to you, this is how he passes. He's surrounded by smoke. And you just told us that's not how he died. Why didn't you correct him on this?
Well, because, again, it happens very quickly at the time.
Right, the guy's going like a bat out of hell.
Yeah.
You're sitting there nodding on the tape.
Right, and that's all it was like. At the time, they said just answer yes or no, and that was it. And
that would have been time for a no.
No. Well, or this is ridiculous.
No, come on. I'm trying
it
comes through in images, not in like direct quotes saying, "Hey, this is my Uncle Larry from Falconer, New York." You know.
Watch your language.
Yeah, please. All right, let's go.
Yeah. He's telling me to say hi to Mom. Is that your mom's brother-in-law?
Yeah.
Okay. It's like your mom's sister's husband. How is this connected?
Why see? You just said brother-in-law. Yeah. How is this connected?
Well, there are many different ways of being a brother-in-law.
Why does he care?
He's just showing that he's right on the money. And
he is not.
He is.
Smokey. He died in smoke, and he didn't, right?
No, he did not die in smoke.
How did he die?
I'm aware of. I really don't know.
Did he smoke too much?
Oh,
you
yeah,
don't
he
know
was a
how
big
he
smoker.
died. You don't know how he died. And yet
now
he's
I'm
close
doing it to you.
Yeah.
You see, look, I have found a way for you to rationalize the smoking.
No.
Did he smoke a lot? Yes.
That's just it fits in, Fez.
Yes.
Let's go.
And I'm not getting
ridiculous.
$600 an hour.
Okay. It's like your mom's sister's husband. How is this connected?
My father's sister's husband. So
Okay.
it's a brother-in-law.
All right, because he's telling me that
All right, so
I need to
he
acknowledge to
screwed
Mom.
that up.
No, he said brother-in-law. He said.
Then he got how they were connected wrong.
He said it's your sister's husband or your mother's. But again, he was right there. He called it a brother-in-law.
Let's go.
I need to acknowledge to Mom that he's the sister's husband. That's how he's come across to me, which takes a lot of energy. And he's calling out to Lenny. There's an L.
Yeah.
There's like an L connection that he's telling me to
Who's that?
acknowledge.
Linda, my wife.
How's he know her?
From being married to me.
You mean very close?
No.
Now, all right.
He's been to Linda. He's been to Lindy's?
Delicious.
Love the cheesecake.
Now, why would an uncle that you barely know, you don't even know how he died, why would he call out to your wife? Your second wife.
I think because he never met her. He
never met her. Why did he call out Al Dukes' name?
He hasn't met a lot of people.
But he knew about her. He never got a chance to meet her before he passed.
How did he pass again? In the Ring of Fire?
I'm sure there's someone named Ching Li in China he's never met either. Why didn't they get a shout-out from the beyond?
Because I'm not married to Ching Li.
Anymore.
Right,
that was the first wife.
Yeah. There's like an L connection that he's telling me to acknowledge. Also like to drink a bit from what he's showing me.
He was a big drinker?
No, that's an edit. That goes back again to the stepfather.
Oh, the stepfather who... Now, all right, so we've never, on this tape, we've never acknowledged that you got contacted by a stepfather. But yet they've used the thing with the books.
Yeah.
And the education. And now the drinking to make it sound like he has more information about two other spirits.
I think it was more of just filling up time.
This thing is F.
You had 20 minutes, and they're cutting it to 7.
And
Why did you need more time?
And if the guy wants to fill up time, tell him to pause every once in a while so we can understand what the F Mr. Coke Motormouth is talking about.
Well, one of the things that John did say, he goes, you didn't come here to see him, but he just wanted to acknowledge that he's here, and that was my stepfather.
Okay.
Because going to see my deceased stepfather was not one of my big goals of this session.
All right.
But he did pop in.
Yes, because he's hanging around with your real dad, which has got to be uncomfortable in the afterlife.
I can guarantee you that.
I don't know. Well, they're both friends through Smokey.
Smokey introduced them.
Call me Smokey. Sells a farming.
All right, ready?
Also like to drink a bit from what he's showing me, but enjoyed life. I feel like he enjoyed life while he's here. And he's telling me that you're not here for him, but he had to jump in and say hi.
All right, hold on.
That's all the stepfather right there.
If this makes no sense, why are you just gasping and...
Because I never expected people, my stepfather...
Amazing!
I know. You just said he's not the one that drinks.
No, but from that moment when he says the one who drinks till the fact that when he says, even though you're not here to speak to him, he just wanted to acknowledge his presence, that whole little clip is all about my stepfather.
Right.
That's more about your stepfather, not Smokey Joe.
Correct.
All right.
Smokey had already left with the band at that time. They were about to win some money. He was left with Jerry Reed.
I'd slap your mama just for having you.
Oh, my uncle.
Hey, Smokey, we better get on the road here, buddy. I think I've got some bugs on my bum. I want to get the hell out of here. Soon as I can. Oh, boy, that band is just about going.
All right, let's go back to the tape.
If you insist, Al Bandit, I don't care. One way or another, I just want to give it a Smokey up my ass.
Smokey? Uncle Smokey?
And the last one, I came back as a bandit myself.
Now I come back as Butter Reynolds' old football coach, Bobby Button.
Let's go.
And he's telling me that you're not here for him, but he had to jump in and say hi. This is kind of like what he wanted to do. Wait a second. Who's the Nancy or the N?
All right, hold on. I'll tell you who the Nancy is. Billy, sitting there crying like a baby the whole time.
Is there a Nancy boy that apparently the entire spirit world wants to talk to?
You're the effing Nancy, you fruit.
There wouldn't have been a dry eye on any of you guys if you went through what I went through.
Please, I'd have been screaming and crying to get out of there. Open the door! You talk too fast! You talk too fast!
Or the Ann, not Ann. It's like...
My wife's mother's name is Nancy.
Okay.
She's not passed.
That's okay.
Now living human beings are coming into your reading.
No. See, this is what you guys don't understand. You don't watch the show. You don't know how it works. The deceased, the people from the beyond, will mention people who are living now. The proof.
All right, who was the one who mentioned your mother-in-law?
Yeah, who's so
Smokey?
Interested in Mrs. Staples' mother?
That comes up next.
Okay.
That comes up next.
All right.
My wife could explain that better.
Please don't. I can't bear it. I can't bear it.
My wife's mother's name is Nancy.
Okay.
She's not passed.
That's okay. That's just their way of telling me where we're at. It's their way of saying, let us off the straight. So I have somebody, whether it be a younger male, a cousin, or somebody also in her family who's trying to come through and acknowledge. They're talking about somebody either planning a trip now, going to either the Caribbean.
What?
No, I'm saying that's where it ended with talking about one of my wife's cousins had passed. And that was coming. They were acknowledging Nancy, my mother-in-law, my wife's mother.
All right, what were they related? Nancy was there?
You were at a cocktail party.
Was there
dead
aunt?
people?
Yeah.
All right.
As far as I know. Again, that's the side of the family I'm not too aware of.
So now dead people who you don't know are showing up.
Hey, you know what, Ron? It's all opportunity, man. You don't have opportunity every day to reach the living world, so if there's an opening, if the portal's there, these people are going to grab it.
Thank you for being the portal between dimensions.
The porthole.
So special.
Planning a trip now, going to either the Caribbean, Florida, or something that's coming up down south. I'm going to say that this is Florida, and I'm going to say it's Disney World, because they give me this feeling of I'm going by where the mouse is. I'm going with the ears. I'm being dropped down there, and I'm seeing something that would be upstate, out of state. All
right, now, the Disney World thing completely confused me. This cousin of your wife's is screaming Disney World?
No, that's two different complete thoughts there. It was like the cousin that just wanted to acknowledge, and he goes, then I'm seeing a trip. It was like completely...
Coming up.
He said coming up, but it's actually one that took place already.
What happened?
Then that's not the trip.
Yeah, it is. Again,
if it's one that's coming up, then the one that's already happened isn't it?
All right, Fez.
Hold on. Okay.
Ask me if I have a trip coming up.
Ronnie, trip coming up?
Wow. I just took a vacation last summer.
See?
877-692-1027. We're Ron and Fez.
RonandFez.com.
Tell me, let me explain something. Name an American who has not been to Disney World. It might as well said you ever been out trick-or-treating.
Yes,
Everybody.
I have.
Everybody's been to Disney World.
I just went trick-or-treating on the 31st.
Put it this way, I was in my late 30s before I went to Disney World.
But everybody goes there.
What's so funny about that?
You wear mouth ears?
Yeah, I did.
All right, Horde King has written in that his daughter's listening tonight and wants to know what's wrong with Billy.
And you can tell her absolutely nothing.
Why are children crying now? Why are children that are listening to the show now breaking down in tears?
When you went to Disney World, were you driving with Smokey and a Bandit down there? All right, so he says you've got a trip coming up. You gasp and start crying because at one point in your life you'd been to Disney World.
No, we went to Disney on my honeymoon.
Most people do.
Now,
most people do.
I'm telling you,
with little kids.
My little brother did.
No, a lot of single, a lot of people of all ages go there.
Yeah,
they sell packages.
I know.
All right.
You can get married at Disney World right around in that damn pumpkin.
I know that.
What ghost?
I drew the line on that one.
What ghost brought up Disney World? That's what I don't understand.
Must be Casper.
He seems to love it.
Billy, this is just nuts.
No, it's not nuts, Ron.
Everything you're doing, you're just trying to make this guy.
But there are so many things in my life that he could have touched on, but yet everything was very specific.
Whatever he threw out, you would agree with and say it happened.
Okay, you guys throw something out to me. Let's see what happens.
Plus, everything he threw out touches everybody's life. Who doesn't know a cop?
Who died in a fiery crash?
You said fiery crash.
No, he said fiery crash.
He said impact. He found out that a cop...
That's not a fiery crash. An impact is not a fiery crash.
He said a fiery impact. And he goes...
I'm not going to go through it again.
Okay.
I just want to end this, Fez. It's killing me. And when he's not going to understand.
Let me just say that if a man who is a police officer, dies young, for that man to interpret it, there's a very good likelihood that it was in some sort of accident or in the line of duty.
So you telling me you think he's just playing the odds on all this?
I'm saying he's throwing anything out there and you're leaping at it.
All right. The last thing on this tape will prove my point.
All right, let's
the plant reference.
And I'm seeing something that would be upstate, out of state, not in the city area from what they're showing me.
All right.
That was my uncle.
All right, that includes the entire planet Earth.
That was my uncle who we referred to. We also talked about the Great Lakes area that was put in the wrong spot.
So they took something else, edited it, and stuck it back in there.
That's Smokey talking.
Yeah, that would be the Smokey area.
This is the most confusing, ridiculous thing I've ever heard.
All right.
Wait till we get to the
green
steps.
Trees all around this.
Oh, yeah.
They're trying to show me a house with a porch where there's like 2 or 3 steps going up, and either the second step or one of the steps are broken, or the wood's off, or it's splintered, and they're telling me to tease you about when is this going to be fixed.
Proves it right there.
What are you talking about?
My wife and I had an apartment with an outside staircase. The second step was broken, and she always busted my chops to fix it.
Was it upstate? Was it out of state?
No. It was in Levittown.
All right, and, Billy, this was before you were stapled. You were 400 pounds. Most of the steps you were on at that point were broken.
But it was only...
Jeremy Coleman's thinking of making you pay for a staircase out here.
But it was only the second step that was broken, and that is specifically what he mentioned.
Honey, how many homes need repairs?
How many need the second step fixed?
I would say a huge amount of them need the steps fixed.
When it's a 400-pound man living there. Seriously. If anything, he should have said to you, you need a ramp. You were really big then.
Yeah, I was very heavy then.
Yes. All right.
And they're telling me to tease you about when is this going to be fixed. Well, when are we going to fix this? So I don't know if your wife is saying, fix this, this needs to be painted, this needs to be sanded. And then we can tease her about the tree or the plant dying. There's something about the tree or the plant being dead.
Right there. That is a conversation that only took place between my wife and myself. Yeah. Okay? No one else knew about it. Whenever we would have a conversation about having kids or something, I used to joke with her, how can we have kids? You can't even keep a plant alive for 6 months.
Here's the thing. Bless you both for not having children. And I mean that with all my heart. Bless you both. You've done the right thing.
I feel we should write you a check for not doing it. All right. So what you've basically gotten here is, let's tease a man about home repairs. Let's tease a woman about growing plants.
Next thing you're going to tell me is Bob Vila came through, right?
No, not at all.
You don't think there isn't a woman out there that's had a dead plant?
But didn't say dead, just teasing about the plants. He wasn't specific.
But exactly, you got specific with this other thing. If he would have said, look, your wife wants to have a baby, and you don't, so you tell her there's no plants. All he does is bring up plants. You're, oh my God.
Oh, you guys are just so...
Seriously!
Oh, come on!
He hasn't said these things.
Yes, he did. It's right there in front of you, and you're failing to say it. It's so clear as day.
It's vague, Billy. It's vague.
Fezzy, if it was you,
Yes, I've killed a plant before. He would have nailed me. He would have nailed it perfectly. Because I killed a plant one time.
This was probably one of the most remarkable experiences of my life.
That's sad.
No, it really isn't. When you fact that
what about the coming vacation to Disney World you had 3 years ago?
You're looking forward to doing that?
Again?
That you already did?
Well, the other thing is we had planned on going back there for our 5th anniversary, but we never made it.
Oh, that's amazing. All right, that's the end of this. We'll talk to Mrs. Staples next, who...
can prove everything.
Who can prove it all.
All right.
I saw her at the end of it crying with you, and the two of you were just bawling. And.
But, Billy, do you think we had any points? I mean, I know we're not going to sway you and your belief system that this was legit and it really happened. But do you notice that we made any points?
Yeah, you did make points. I mean, you can take a look at anything that you don't believe in and dissect it. I mean, you don't believe in it. And you're basically thinking that everything is on a logic principle, where if you just shoot for the averages, that if somebody my age lost a friend and he died in a horrible crash, or, you're looking at you're playing the odds on it, and
when you have a simpleton nodding at you the whole time, agreeing with anything you say, that it really, really helps.
Now, after we pointed out all these things, Billy, means nothing to you.
Absolutely not.
Okay.
All right. That's cool. 877-692-1027.
Ron and Fez.
RonandFez.com.
1027 WNEW. We're Ron and Fez. Ron Bennington, Fez WNEW with you tonight.
All right, Heckler wrote in on the instant feedback. Note to self, pick up Billy Magic 8-Ball for Christmas.
Been talking to Billy Staples, who had a session with John Edwards from the Crossing Over show. This is a couple of years ago when they shot one of the first episodes, the first episode. And Billy, completely enlightened by his reading.
Sure.
Mm-hmm. Still am. Still believe it 100%.
Running more than a little skeptical of how this works.
Especially after we had the chance to go over it with you.
Yeah, and you really didn't prove anything differently to me.
All right, we're going to end this up, but your wife wanted to talk to us first. Hi, Mr. Staples.
Boys. I don't know.
Smokey says hi.
Smokey says hi. I just wanted to let you know, first of all, when I went with Billy, I went into this thing totally skeptical because it's totally against my religion to believe in this. And I like Fez, I'm Lutheran.
Oh, jeez. So you honestly think Martin Luther King is coming back one day?
Well, I wish he would have come back to me, but...
Not Martin Luther King.
I guess it wasn't my turn to overcome.
All right, so Lutherans don't go for this, Fez?
We're not supposed to believe it biblically, spiritually. It's in the Bible. We're not supposed to believe it.
It gets in the realm of sorcery when someone's practicing.
Now,
absolutely.
Wasn't there psychics in the Bible or soothsayers and stuff?
No, there's prophets, and those are God-inspired prophets. There's a difference.
All right.
But the point was, I went with Billy. I was totally skeptical, and we did not talk to anybody. I swear to you. We were in a little room. We watched television. We didn't talk to anybody. We didn't discuss anything. And the things he came out with, the things that are not on the tape were more astounding. I wish they had, but it was the first show. So they edited a lot of things. They've learned a lot of stuff since then. There's a lot of stuff on there that is like personal stuff that I will not discuss on the air, involving Billy's family, his relationships with his daughter, things like that were not brought up on the show, like on the air. And, I mean, the fact that he got my cousin. I've had people in my life die that I have total peace with, that I don't need to communicate with, but I had a cousin.
So this was strong enough to turn you against your own religion?
I'm not turned against my religion. It did enable me. I went and got John's book. And I read about
the
John's
good book.
And,
The Book of John.
Yeah, the Book of John, Matthew, Mark, and Luke. I read his book, and the one thing, I mean, skeptical or not, the one thing that's really positive that did come out, and the one caller pointed out, is that because of this door being open, whatever you want to believe, it enabled a lot of relationships in our lives to be mended. You know, because I don't want to wait till someone's dead before I have to, like, start going to a psychic to say, listen, I'm really sorry that I didn't get to say goodbye to you. And Billy didn't even talk about it. He talked about Billy's whole, I believe, with this whole thing with him getting the job with you guys.
Oh, please.
Please?
If I would have known that.
Why couldn't he have warned us?
He talked about, he doesn't predict the future because he's not like a fortune teller. And he talked about how, like, he did see that Billy was going into a field involving with communications and computers and radio. And he hadn't even started airsick at that point, I believe. So
he couldn't talk him out of it?
No, I didn't want to.
What if he had said, I see you being airsick?
Well, airsick's a profitable business, so.
Unlike this.
All
right, thanks, Mr. Staples.
Well, I really wish you would read the book, and, you know.
I can't imagine.
I'm sorry that you feel the way that you do, but I mean, there are fake people out there.
Yes, John Edwards.
Okay, well, I hope you have a lovely Christmas. I would love to see you guys before Christmas, and I hope that, you know, you change your mind about this.
Okay.
Okay.
Thanks, Mrs. Staples.
Bye, Fez.
Bye-bye.
Bye, Ron.
And here's our chance to say goodbye, Mrs. Staples.
I'm glad you guys believe. I'm glad it gives you something, Billy.
Well, it did, Ron.
She seems more touched than you are, Billy.
I didn't realize she was so into the Bible. My God.
What's wrong with that?
Nothing. I was just like, wow.
Now that you
quoting
call
scripture, for God's sake.
Now you think that's crazy.
I was never a big religious guy to begin with, so that's nice. I know. Seriously.
All I'd have to get you into is one tent. You'd be down on your knees praying to be born again.
Someone will be on an orange sheet collecting money at JFK.
Emptying that wallet, just dumping it into whatever basket they bring by. Free Laz! Free Laz!
Look, Ronnie, they healed my arm. Was it broken? No, but look how good it works.
All right. No more talk about all this stuff. Well, Billy, you're a character. I'll give you that much. You are a character.
Well, and thank you for listening to it and playing it. So
that was enjoyable.
Yeah,
it was enjoyable.
I never laughed so hard.
Oh.
And you are adorable on this tape.
Yeah. You got a heart of gold.
And huge.
And a head of cotton.
You're just lovable. And when you just took your little chubby fingers and went, put it over your mouth in disbelief.
Yeah,
it's too cute.
I liked you better at 400 pounds.
Is there any way to get you unstapled?
No. Yeah, there is, but I'm not going to do it.
Let's do it.
Get the staple puller.
No. I don't want to be that fat again. You saw my pants inside. What the hell, how big they were?
I know. It's so cool.
Never again.
All right.
Well, thank you, guys.
More bad news, Fuzzy. We got to do Polo tonight.
Oh, that's right. Oscar blurbs. Apparently, there's a film opening this weekend. Paulo says true Oscar contender. Ocean's 11.
It's star-studded.
It is. George Clooney, Brad Pitt, Julia Roberts, Matt Damon.
You know,
and Don Cheadle.
Yeah, it goes on and on like that. Mm-hmm. Then there's a lot of people not even in the ads.
Right. There's Lennox Lewis, Carl Reiner.
How are they getting everybody like this?
This seems like everyone just showed up, like everyone happened to be in the neighborhood at the time, and they grabbed everybody that was around.
You know, the weird thing is, too, is this one won't win an Oscar, probably, with all the major stars in it. And I am going to go to it, though. I made up my mind.
You going to see this one?
Yeah, I got to. It's an event.
Now, when I go on the IMDb at home, a lot of times this week, the Ocean's 11 ad will show up over what I'm trying to read in the movie news, and it won't go away. There's no thing to click to close the window.
Mm-hmm.
It just stays there on top of what you're trying to read until it decides to fade away.
I don't even know how that thing would even work.
I have no idea, but that makes you annoyed with a movie right from the get. And it has nothing to do with the film or the actors.
Now, after having a whole year of no movies, it seems like all the good movies are coming out now.
Right. Mm-hmm.
I want to see that Tannenbaums thing.
Oh, the Royal Tannenbaums?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
I want to see Your Beautiful Mind, about the scientist that goes quite mad.
Okay. There's, what else is coming out? Lord of the Rings is coming out. The Majestic.
Are you going to see Lord of the Rings?
I'll see Lord of the Rings.
I don't think I will, because it looks too childish when I've got all these other adult movies to see. I think I would have saw Lord of the Rings during, let's say, summer.
During the lull.
Yeah, I just saw Harry Potter.
Right.
I don't think I can sit through another magic time. I get it. Things are magical.
This has elfin magic. It's going to be good.
Yeah, that Majestic, I'm a sucker for Jim Carrey. I'll be at that.
Right.
What else big is happening?
What else is coming out? There's
But that's already like 5 or 6 that we're definitely going to.
I think the Majestic is Christmas Day.
Count me in.
So I think that's the Christmas Day
No
release.
presents.
What?
We're going straight to the movies instead. All right, Polo coming up with Ocean's 11. If you want to talk to him, it's 877-692-1027. We got him on the phone right now.
It's time for Oscar Blurbs with Paul Lowe.
Monsters, Inc. will be scared up for Oscars. Kevin better make some space here on the shelf for another Oscar.
Anthony Hopkins to the Oscar seat.
What is Oscar?
All right, the Beast is standing by. His name is Paulo.
Paulo.
Hey.
You like the movie.
Paulo, you like the movie.
Paulo, you like the movie.
Thank you.
Did we leave anything out, Paulo? That's coming up?
Oh, yeah, well, there's going to be... Well, first of all the
here's one sent in from Dan from Hoboken. Vanilla Sky. I'm definitely going to see that.
Right?
Yeah, I mean, you got Kate Leopold, Allie, everybody's talking about
give me
Allie.
the Kate and Leopold. What was happening there?
It's Meg Ryan, with Hugh Jackman.
Now, they shot some of that on Row I.
I'm definitely in.
And it's all the little pictures, too.
I see all the Roosevelt Island movies.
And then you got
It's hot as urine in here tonight. It's piss hot.
It's like we're bathing in it. Hawk, do something.
What the hell's going on?
Paulo, why is it so hot?
It's a weather thing.
Oh, okay. Anything else, Paulo, that we missed?
But,
what about this? Ali, thanks to them.
That's the big Christmas thing I'm thinking of.
And now, you know what? I'm thinking that one is going to win an Oscar for this Will Smith. And I've decided, you know how you hate George Clooney?
Uh-huh.
I think Will Smith is my George Clooney.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe just making it look a little too easy, having too good of a time, maybe a little too attractive. Nothing seems to go wrong for him.
And I don't know what this act is that he's doing now, this gimmick, while he's promoting Ali, where he keeps putting down everyone and saying that he's not saying I'm the greatest, but he's saying, that I will go, I could be president if I want to. Yeah. He's doing this real ego gimmick as, I guess, a promotion for Ali.
Maybe he's still in character. Maybe it was so difficult to leave this character for him.
His character is following him home. Personally, that's going to be a real test for me, because with Will Smith, I just see Will Smith on the screen.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
So I want to see this.
Here's a little clip, Fezzy.
All right.
Down goes Frazier! Down goes Frazier! Down goes Frazier!
And the guy that's playing Howard Cosell, they've got him in so much prosthetic makeup.
You know what it is?
It looks like...
Is it John Voight?
Yeah.
Yeah. It looks like a character out of Harry Potter. I mean, it looks like they made this fake wax creature.
Why didn't they get John Edwards to bring back the real Howard Cosell?
So this week is Ocean's 11.
Yeah, Ocean's all about the big stars this week. Your Julia Roberts, your George Clooney, your Brad Pitt. And, remake of another Ocean's 11 made in 1960 with other big stars, Frank Sinatra, Dean Martin, Sammy Davis,
Now, let me ask you this. In this Ocean's 11, they bring Frank Sinatra Jr. into it?
Yeah.
That would have been perfect casting.
That would have been the way to go. So this isn't a Frank Sinatra movie.
No. The closest they brought was Carl Reiner. That was...
Why? Was he in it?
You got Matt Damon.
He was in the first one?
But none of the old Rat Pack.
Would you please listen to me, Polo?
Yes.
Was Carl Reiner in the first one?
No.
Then why did you say they brought him back?
Most of the people in the first one are dead. I mean, Frank Sinatra, Dean Martin, Sammy Davis, they're all dead.
So they're not in it?
I understand. That's why they're not in this one, though. They're dead. I mean, they can't be in it if they're dead. That's all I'm saying.
What about Joey Bishop?
Joey Bishop is alive.
Did he make the cut in the first one?
Not really. No. Peter Lawford, dead. Angie Dickinson, alive, but still didn't make the cut.
Is this some sort of bizarre Madman hit list you're yelling out?
No,
Peter Lawford, dead. Joey Bishop, dead.
No. And he's in this film.
Did you like this film?
Yeah, Carl Reiner's in this film.
Did you like this film, Polo?
Did I like this film? This film is a homage to those movies of the 60s,
Did you like this film?
I liked it, but it's not the biggest Oscar contender, even with all the big stars. I got to say, I do like Brad Pitt. I think Brad Pitt is honestly one of the best actors today.
Now, you know what, Polo?
Yeah.
I literally agree with you on that. Brad Pitt does very little that I don't go, man, this is cool. He always has a great time out there.
I honestly think he's an excellent actor. This is obviously him kind of slumming, but he does a great job in this. As a matter of fact, he really comes off very likable, which sometimes he tries very hard not to do.
Out of all the big stars where it's really hard to, steal the spotlight, who does it? Is it Brad Pitt?
Well, you've got Bernie Mac in there. He steals scenes, needless to say, whenever he's in anything. You got Don Cheadle with a British accent.
What's he talking about?
The new Bernie Mac show on the WB.
I see.
All right, who doesn't hold up their end? Out of all the big stars.
Julia Roberts. I'm still down on Julia Roberts. I'm getting more and more annoyed with her every day for some reason. And I loved her, back in the Notting Hill and My Best Friend's Wedding and all that. But ever since she got that Oscar, I despise the woman.
Why?
I don't know.
You don't think she earned it?
No, and I think she's starting to lose her looks, too.
She said the same thing about you.
I find her to be adorable.
Okay. All right. Well, And Matt Damon, you know, he doesn't have much to do, but he kind of plays the edgy, quirky guy. And actually, Brad Pitt is...
I can't understand you now. Tony saw this movie.
Oh, good. Finally, someone who actually saw it.
Hey, Tony, you're on Run of Fez.
Hi, Tony.
Yeah, guys, I think what Polo's trying to say is Ocean's 11, Oscars won.
That's a great idea, Polo.
Ocean's 11 Oscar nominations.
Obviously, Steven Soderbergh, double nominated last year, the director. So, you know, he Traffic and Erin Brockovich last year, he was double nominated as Best Director, Best Pictures. And he had a great year last year.
That's great. Hey, Craig saw the movie, too. Craig, what do you think of it?
Hey, Craig.
89-14, guys. Andy will be seeing gold at Oscar time.
Go seeing gold.
Andy Garcia at the Oscars.
It's nice to see Andy Garcia again, because you don't see him that much lately. For some reason.
The rats will be packing for Oscar.
Thank you, Matt.
Paulo, is this the way of things to come? This a whole new Rat Pack? These guys are always going to make movies together now?
I mean, do you think of Frank Sinatra when you look at George Clooney?
Yes, sometimes I do. I just sit.
You know, do you think of...
Paulo, I look at your wife and I see Rosemary Clooney.
Fezzy, we need a youngster to tell us about it. It's little Lene saw the movie.
Oh, okay.
Hey, Lene.
Hi, Lene.
He's up at this time.
Hi, Juan and Fez.
Hi, honey.
Ocean 11 is gonna hit the jackpot at the Oscars.
Oh, thank you, honey. You sound so tired. You gotta get to bed.
Good.
Yeah, thanks, honey. Bye, Lene. Bye-bye. All right.
There you go. That's better.
I think her little voice has changed.
I know. Listen to the happy. And then there's the... Good.
I'm so beat. Hey, Michael, you're on Run of Fez.
Hey, guys, what's going on?
Yeah.
Hey, Michael.
How could you not give Matt a goddamn Oscar?
See, they make more sense than you do, Paulo.
Call the priest. Oscar's possessed by demons.
Huh?
Mike, you're on Run of Fez.
Call holder 8098. Hooah!
Yeah.
Ocean's 11 divided by 11 is one Oscar that you'll get.
Get. Demons adore Matt for Oscars. Get. Thunder cats. Bring me an Oscar.
Thunder Matt Damon. Get.
It's going to be on cable Saturday night, of course.
What are you talking about?
What, Fatty?
Ocean 11, the original, and, you know, I mean, the Las Vegas of 1960 is a lot different.
Felix, you're on with Paulo.
Hi, Felix.
Hey, guys.
Yeah.
It seems like Oscar is gonna go Clooney in the ocean at 11.
I don't know what he said.
Yeah.
But it made more sense than Paulo.
This year at the Oscars, Bill Conti will be playing some Clooney tunes.
Send in the Cloonies to Oscar.
The Cloonies are good enough to win an Oscar.
One of these days, Oscar, I'm going to knock you right to the Cloonies. Here's Pete. Here's Pete.
Hello, Pete.
Pete saw it as well, Polo.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
Sammy Davis Jr. will have one eye on the Oscar.
Yeah, that was great. That was actually great. Here's Kim, Paula. Like you, she saw this movie.
Oh, nice.
Hi, Kim.
Hi.
Yeah.
Julia win another Oscar.
Julia win another Oscar.
Hi, guys.
That's a good one. Here's Nestor, the long-haired donkey. Nestor, you're on the fence.
Guys, what's up? How you doing?
Here's Nestor.
Hey, what's up, Fezzy? Hello, Joe.
Hello.
Oscars 11 is going to be... Oh, I gave it away.
Oh,
it's going to be called... It's going to be renamed Oscars 11.
Oscars 11. Do they keep that kind of theme song?
There's very little that's similar. I mean,
Ocean's 11. Remember that in the first one when they would do the whistle?
Sure. If you want to see it, it'll be on Saturday night on cable.
Again, you're pushing this. What are you, the TBS guy? What are you installing cable now behind my back? Working for Time Warner? Here's Mikey. Mikey, you're on a Fez.
Mike.
For Brad, it's a bottomless pit full of Oscars.
Why do you do the gig thing, Polo?
That makes no sense, Polo.
Mikey, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Mikey.
Hey, Brad's in pit row for Oscar.
I Brad pity the fool who doesn't get this film an Oscar.
This year, Brad will be up to his pits in Oscar gold. Again.
When it comes to Oscars, the Academy doesn't give a pit.
It looks like Oscar needs to make a pit stop. After picking up his Oscar, I'm sure Brad will be banging Jennifer Aniston because she's so effing hot.
Brad just won an Oscar. Somebody grabbed Jennifer Aniston's pit.
Hey, if I had to do a guy, it would be Brad Pitt.
Oh, Ronnie.
I don't know what happened. I don't know where that came from.
Oh, my.
I don't know why. I mean, we were all having fun. And I was in I never thought of that before. I'm telling you the truth.
All right, now it's all awkward.
Yeah, it's weird now.
Yeah.
We were having fun.
I know.
He's an attractive
I can't look at you.
Yeah. But if you had to, Polo.
I mean,
it would be any guy, right?
Man.
It would be any guy, probably.
Polo, if you had to, who would it be?
Don Cheadle?
It'd be your wife, wouldn't it?
Yes.
Oh, God. When's the last time you put...
I don't know.
Serious stumped, right? You homo.
When was the last time you put the sausage in the grinder?
Hey, look, this is personal now, okay? Let's not get personal with her.
Where is she going to talk to us this week?
Yeah, last week you botched it, fatty.
No, it's not that I botched it. It's that I was thinking that we would try. It would be a good time. But today is definitely not a good time. They've been drinking the whole bunch.
Who's all been drinking?
You know, here's the thing, Ronnie. If we had her life of pills and booze and more, we'd be living it up. The fact that you get to stay in bed all day, why is this torture for this woman? She's living the life everyone dreams of. Where does the anger come from?
She's the later-day Janis Joplin.
She's getting dropped off at the mall to drink at the Dunderbox restaurant every day. She's drinking Bavarian beers. What is so horribly wrong with her life?
She runs out in the yard with a sword. Dunderbox!
We were actually bar hopping at the mall today.
I know. What is... to go to the Chick-fil-A and ask for a beer, that's wrong.
We were at the Bella Italian, and we were at the Dunderbox, we were at the Ruby.
You're living large, my Ruby Tuesday.
Crazy today.
Goodbye, Ruby Tuesday. Here's David saw the movie. Unlike you, he's not talking about his personal life. Hey, Eric, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hi, Eric.
Hey, boys.
Yeah.
I saw this movie.
Yes.
And I think the real question is, will Oscar put out the welcome mat for Damon?
What do you think, Polo? Is he going to pick up an Oscar?
I'm still, look, I mean, Matt Damon, a few years ago, he had a couple of great movies. This one he's kind of just helping out here.
Oscar's getting mad at you. Matt Damon, that is.
He's getting mad at you. So stupid.
Matt Damon will be working on Project Oscar Night.
Green light?
Yeah.
I remember I'm the only other person who saw that.
Oh, damn. Did you enjoy it?
Yeah, I loved it.
Thanks.
You kidding me? Here's Mike. Mike, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hi, Mike.
Hi, Ron. Hi, Fez.
Yeah.
What's up, buddy?
They'll be rolling a 7 for Ocean's 11 at the Oscars.
All right. Mike sounds the most like Polo.
Nailing it.
Yeah. Just nailing it. Here's David. David, you're on a Fez with Polo.
Hey, David.
George, I think they've got it. The Oscars, that is.
All right, he sounds the least like Paula.
He sounds the most like Gracie. Hey, Joe. Joe, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, guys.
Yeah.
What you got, Joe?
Ocean's 11 getting Oscar Gold because it has no black people.
It has Don Cheadle, it has Bernie Mac, it even has Lennox Lewis.
And you hated her for it, didn't you?
What the hell are you talking about? This black
Oh, Paulo.
Hey, no, there's black people in this movie.
I hope Don is a Cheadle out of an Oscar.
You know, they were hoping Lennox Lewis
Stop with the drive-bys.
I don't know. Lennox Lewis obviously doesn't have a shot at the title anymore, but he's got a shot at the title in this movie.
He's got the title. He's wearing the title. He just beat Rockman. Knocked him
homo.
out.
You homo. What, they weren't showing us at the Dunderbox on the small screen? They have a small black and white screen.
I thought he lost the title. I'm sorry.
Yes, he lost. He won it back.
Oh, he did. Oh, okay.
All right, a couple more of these, Polo. We got to go to break.
Right.
But you disgust me tonight.
You really do. Are you at Murray's house?
No, she's over there by herself tonight. We left her alone.
Who the hell are you?
They may have to amputate her.
Who the hell are you?
What are they going to cut off? Her head, I hope.
Start there and work down.
Hey, David, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, extra Oscars are what you'll get with Clooney and Brad Pitt.
See, that's the kind of stuff you should be doing, Polo.
Then you're getting the papers and the magazines.
Thought pieces.
You fat ass.
Sean, you're on Ron and Fez.
Yeah, card holder 7811. Hey, Paulo, Pitt and Clooney, a river runs through a perfect storm but doesn't score Ocean's 11 at the Oscars.
The water theme goes through that. That was nice. You put some thought into that.
Yeah, unlike you, Polo, he put some thought into this.
Yeah.
Oh, Shannon. You ever see the SCTV thing, Modeling 11? Funniest bit ever on TV. Tom, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Tom.
Hey there. Ocean's 11, Oscars high watermark.
He's got your gig down. Here's Shecky.
Shecky,
you're on Ron and Fez.
Hi, Shecky.
What's going on, guys?
Yeah.
You take the good, you take the bad, you take George Clooney, and what do you have? An Oscar?
All right, who said that? Shecky or Polo? I can't tell them apart.
You can't tell the difference at this point.
Yeah. Incoming. All right, Polo, we got to take a break.
All right.
All right.
How's your fat wife?
Like I said, everybody, it's a miracle. Of
Next week, we want her on with us, all right? Sober or fat ass up?
All right.
I want her on the air.
She took all her pills and just drank herself silly today.
Let's shave her crack next week. What do you say, big man?
I'll try.
That's all we can ask.
That's all you can ask.
Bar the weed whacker. All right,
Call a
Polo.
lawn service.
All right, sir.
Okay, Ocean's 11. It's a must-see picture. Polo predicts 11 Oscars for Ocean 11.
Will it knock off Harry Potter?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it'll be a month of Harry Potter by that point.
Nice.
You haven't seen it by now. F it. You're not a fan. 8-7. It's already made like $200 and some million. You should be done. Leave now. Make room for all these other films.
Harry, go. Go, Harry.
But I don't want to. Elizabeth took the Harry Potter train in New York. 877-692-1027. We're on a Fez.
RonandFez.com.
The Ron and Fez show. Feels like another fast show tonight, Fez. I can't believe we're in the late hour.
This one went quick.
Well, I don't know if the whole Billy thing was as interesting to everybody else as it was to you and I, but we couldn't get enough of it.
I found it fascinating.
Hey,
Thank you, Spirit.
We got an email. I really need to read to you, Fezzy.
Okay.
An electronic mail. That's what we have right now. It's one of those electronic emails that the kids are talking about.
Weird.
And now, Ron and Fez, the show of the future, brings you...
Electronic mail. Mail sent electronically.
Can't be.
Now, normally we like to do the comedy on here, Fez.
Right.
You and I are big fans of the comedy, but this came to me, I guess, today, and kind of freaked me out. And maybe if anybody could be any help to this person, we'll give out an email number where you can help out at all. I know very little about this. This is somebody who had listened to us when we were in Florida a long time ago.
Okay.
Her name is Marnie, and she is desperately in need of help right now. So I'll just read some of this email. It says, Ron and Fez, a friend of mine's son was diagnosed 3 days ago before his 3rd birthday with a form of cancer. I'm not sure what it is. Glioblastoma or something like that, Fez? Are you familiar with it all?
Maybe a glioblastoma.
All right, glioblastoma.
Glioblastoma.
All right, and it's inoperable. They are desperate. And I've recently read articles where people have claimed to have been helped, but can't seem to find who to contact or how to get on an experimental list or opportunity. I remember you guys doing shows in Florida about cancer treatment. At that time, we were trying very, very hard to save a friend of ours who was dying. So we were kind of using the show to meet doctors and anybody that was doing experimental work. Please help, she says. Time is running out. They're radiating him, but have little to no hope. And she says, thank you, Marty, doing my share as a friend of Jake's. So he's 3 days before his 3rd birthday, and they say there's no hope.
Right.
So basically what she's asking for, and I don't know this person, I know very, very little about this kind of stuff, but I figured...
And we're not even sure what kind of cancer this is.
Right. But if anybody knows any kind of thing, I mean, they're already saying they have no hope.
Right.
So if any, I know a lot of people are into, experimental type things, and I'm sure if it was my kid, 3 years old, I'd be going for the Hail Mary long, touchdown pass here.
Right. So with the situation of no hope in this email, anything that anyone could offer,
right,
would be. They'd be so grateful for, obviously.
Yeah. So I don't know how this works. 877-692-1027. You can call us. You can also email Ron at Fez at WNEW.com or Al Dukes
at WNEW.com.
Yeah, it's Dukes at NEW.com.
WNEW.
All right. You say it, Fez, because I don't know what I'm a little shook up from this thing.
It's Dukes at WNEW.com.
Right. Or Ron and Fez there, or Ron and Fez at AOL.com. I don't know how it works, and anything that you can do, we'll just pass on to these folks.
Yeah, we'll just gather it all up and send it out.
Yeah. Anyway, 877-692-1027. Hey, Dominic. Dominic, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hi, Dominic.
Hello?
Yeah.
Hello?
Yeah,
yes.
Go ahead, Dominic.
Yeah, hi. Ron and Fez?
Yes.
Yeah, there's a place called Hospice. It deals with terminally ill patients.
Right. I'm sure they're very, very familiar with hospice. They're not looking for that. They're looking for a chance.
A chance?
Yeah.
There's another organization down here in Brooklyn that deals with cancer patients. Radical treatment, like... All
right, I'm going to put you on hold and let Al talk to you, okay?
Okay.
Thanks, Dominic.
I think what they're really looking for is something... that's even a little far out, because they're asking about the cancel stuff.
Right, yeah, something beyond traditional at this point. Just to give them any sort of hope. Anything to grab onto at this point. And we'll pass this along to Marnie, who emailed us.
Right. Hey, Darren. Darren, you're on Ron and Fez?
Hi, Darren.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a mushroom called Fungari mushroom.
What is it called?
Fungari.
What happens there?
It fights on cancer cells. My stepfather has inoperable pancreatic cancer. And it actually is helping his T cells come up.
All right, great. Hold on. I'm going to put you on with Al, okay?
Okay.
Thanks, Darren.
So I know nothing about this kind of stuff, Fez.
Right. If I in the same situation, I would know where to turn myself, just like these poor people.
You know, we had a friend that was dying, and there was nothing too weird.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because we were past the point where the normal doctors said, well, that's it. Mm-hmm. And we're like, okay, fine. What do we need? Magnets here? What do we need? Magic rocks?
Tell us.
What do we got to do? And, you get pretty desperate at that point, especially with a 3-year-old. Jeez.
Unbelievably sad story.
Yeah.
877-692-1027 is the toll-free phone number.
Hey, Tamara. Tamara, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hi, Tamara.
Hi.
Yeah.
Huh?
What can we do for you, honey?
This is, my friend's also with me, Stephanie. I want to know if you could talk us in.
No, honey, but thank you for calling, okay?
Okay.
All right,
thanks.
Not now, kids.
Huh.
Not now, honey.
Why don't we call and ask about if we can get tucked in, because we're having a slumber party.
Hey, Howard. Howard, you're on Ron and Fez.
Howard.
How you guys doing?
Hey, buddy.
Yeah, listen, I don't know if you guys ever heard of him. There's a doctor, Gary Null. He does alternative medicines, naturalistic, homeopathic, and I know he works with adults more. I don't know if he's worked with children, but he's had a lot of success with things like this, and you should I think he's like GaryNull.com. I think it's KNULL.com, and he's actually had a lot of success in a lot of different types of cancers and whatnot.
All right, hold on, okay? I'm going to put you on with Al.
Okay.
Let him bore you a little bit.
All right, there's a GaryNull.com, Null, Gary Null's Natural Living.
Uh-huh.
So, and that's got different things on about vaccine and dealing with AIDS, that sort of thing.
Here's Connie. Connie, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hi, Connie.
Hello.
Yeah.
What can we do for you, Connie?
Yeah, St. Jude. St. Jude in Memphis.
St. Jude's in Memphis. Yeah, you know who started that Fez? Danny Thomas.
Right.
Yeah. I was just there. It's gigantic. All right, thank you very much, Connie.
All righty.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye.
Thanks for the help, Connie.
Here's Lisa Marie. Speaking of Memphis.
Weird. Hi, Lisa Marie.
Hey.
Hi.
Hey, let me tell you something. I was very good friends with your dad. We were all sorry.
Oh, were you?
We were all sorry.
I can't tell you how many times I hear that.
We were all sorry to see him go. Me, Red, Charlie Hodge. The whole gang, man.
Lisa.
Your dad was a king. Everybody loved him.
Lisa Marie, you were obviously named after Lisa Marie Presley?
Actually, no, I'm older than her, but...
Weird.
She's been named after me.
Right.
But...
Yeah.
Tell these people to try Laetril pills.
What are they?
They are... It's going to sound really weird, but it's like an ingredient that comes in apricot pit seeds, and you can actually get them through the internet.
Yeah, that's been around for a while, hasn't it?
And that my uncle has brain and lung cancer, and they told him he'd be dead in like 4 months, and it's like 3 years, and he's still
right?
here.
All right, hold on. I'm going to put you on with Al, okay? Al, I hope you're doing all this stuff for me.
Get as much information as you can.
Because I literally have no idea how I'm going to, answer this poor woman back. Here is Al. Al, you're on Ron and Fez.
I think his name's Joe. Someone typed in Al.
Thanks.
As in Al Dukes.
Billy.
Yes, this is Joe. How you doing, guys?
Hi, Joe.
I just wanted to let you know, I think it's great that you're trying to help these people. And, you put everything in perspective for me just by listening to what you were saying. All my bills, all the things going on in my life are so insignificant compared to what these people must be going through.
True.
And because I have a 9-year-old son, and I can't even picture being. He's healthy and happy, and I can't imagine the pain that they must be going through. So I really hope you could do something for them. I don't have any information, but I think it's great that you guys are really trying to help. And I think anybody out there who's listening to you guys who feels like things aren't going right for them should really take a good look at what's going on and be happy for what they have.
All right, thank you, Joe. Well, that's it.
Thanks for the call, Joe.
I mean, that's the thing with these people. I know a lot of people don't believe in the alternative stuff, but apparently from this letter they were told you got no chance So they're saying we want to take a chance.
Yeah, why not find a
anything.
chance to take?
Yeah. And I don't know whether if you ever find yourself in that position, if you don't do everything, then you might be regretting it for the rest of your life, you know? So either way, you got to keep moving. Hey, Anthony, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Ron and Fez.
Yeah.
Hi, Anthony.
Love you guys.
Yeah.
Listen, the guy that just called about that Gary Knoll,
Yeah.
he's on 84th and Broadway, and he has fantastic stuff. I just did a security system for him in his office.
Really?
And he's got he's got protein shakes. I actually just turned you guys on because I was taking a nap after working all day. And I heard you talking about it, and I heard somebody mention that guy.
Yeah.
And he's usually on 102.7 on Sunday nights.
Ah.
But definitely give him a call.
Okay.
You know, I mean, he's got great stuff. I mean, in fact, Fez, you probably like some of his shakes that he has. He's got a lot of antioxidant shakes and all kinds
I
of
love
great
antioxidants.
stuff. Oh, listen, he's got this
Why
new,
you put on bananas in?
Oh, what's the name of it? Hold on one second. He's got a new yin-yang flavor, exotic, new erotic diet shake.
Erotic.
All natural, aromatic, high quality.
It's the way you
protein.
drink the straw.
All right, thanks.
Hey.
All right, I'll have Al look into it. I appreciate it.
All right, man.
That's it.
All right.
I have no idea what any of this stuff means. Do you, Fess?
Not erotic shakes. 877-692-1027.
You know, we've been trying to cure Joe Poo of him losing hair at such a young age. And nothing we can seem to do about it. Let's see. Take off the hat, Joe.
Maybe if we put a milkshake on his head. Wow. All right, now you shaved it completely down a while ago.
Yeah.
And it's coming back. I mean, what's there is coming back.
Have you tried to go to sleep, as I told you, praying to the Thundercats every night?
No, and they do have full heads of hair on that show.
Thunder, thunder, Thundercats, to make me wear so many hats.
Some little kid sent me an email saying Thundercats was the lamest cartoon in history. I've never seen it, Joe, so I'm going to only believe it.
Very good cartoon.
I've seen it, and it's stupid.
Also, NM wants to know how your trench foot's doing.
How's the foot?
It's got more hair on it than my head, I'll say that.
You're not rubbing that foot on your skull, are you? That could be the problem.
Hey, Joe, did you have a little date last night?
Yeah, I did go somewhere.
Where'd you go? What'd you do?
We went down to Hogs and Heifers with the two chicks that were here.
Wow, how touristy.
With Darlene?
Why didn't you stop at Ruby Foo's on the way?
With Darlene and Allie, who were here last night.
Yes. We went down there and...
Menage?
No Menage.
You have a shot at Menage?
No shot at a Menage. That would have been nice.
What happened?
Believe me, it'll put hair on your head.
I'll try it. They wound up actually getting up on the bar and dancing.
And that really made you feel short.
Did they leave their bras there?
No, they didn't.
Did you leave yours?
No, I do not wear a bra.
He won't take off his shirt because he has man breasts. Hairy man breasts.
But they're small.
That doesn't make it any less embarrassing.
877-692-1027. Here is Ron. Ron, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hi, Ron.
Hey, guys.
I'm talking to Ronnie. Hi, Ron.
Hi.
Guys, I've been listening to you. I've been just taking a shower and I was listening to this.
Nice.
I don't recall the doctor's name, but I do remember being on 60 Minutes a couple of years ago. He's in Texas, and he was about to be arrested because the Food and Drug Administration was charging him with using a treatment that was all natural. It was like some other people have mentioned, protein shakes and stuff like that. That he had about 80 people that went to appear before Congress with him to appeal to them to allow him to continue this treatment. I'm just hoping that maybe me mentioning it can jog someone else's memory as well and get his name.
Okay.
It was some type. It might have been like Armenian or Hungarian. It wasn't like Dr. Smith or anything like that.
All right, thanks a lot, Ron.
All right, guys.
In space.
All right, see you.
Thanks for the call, Ron.
Was this doctor about my hair or the other thing?
The other.
Oh, okay.
Why does
We're
it
not
always...
concerned about you at this particular moment.
Why does it have to be about you all the time? Why do you got to act like the bad kid from Cobra Kai?
I don't know. I miss my hair. I was on the
What
road
age you
game.
start using it?
The bald stick didn't miss your hair.
15?
I always had a short hairline. I knew it was coming one of these days.
Yeah, when you showed us your baby pictures with the fabulous Tara Lipinski, who we love more than you, you were already balding at like age 6. You could see that it was going.
I didn't get hair till I was 5 years old. That's
and
the
they
truth.
lost it at 7, which is the sad thing.
It is sad.
But again, not about you tonight.
No.
And now you're just wearing this Charlie Brown-sized cap that's like 2 sizes too big for you. It's a big... He's wearing this big, Giants hat that looks like he took a bucket and put a brim on it.
I know where you went. You got to the Normal Heads, didn't you? Right down on Broadway. Have you seen that place, Fez?
It's nice.
I bought it big because my hair will be back soon.
Well, I'll tell you what. We could take that hat and hide the keg with it because it's that big.
Right.
Rosie O'Donnell could fit comfortably into that hat.
It's not that big. It's only 7.5.
Paint it white and sell it to some homeless Eskimos as an igloo.
Hey, Belcher, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hi, Belcher.
How are you guys?
Hey, buddy.
Good.
I'm not even going to belch tonight. Sorry to disappoint you. I have 2 good websites for you.
All right, you getting this, Al? Yeah. Just write the... hold on, Al's going to write this on the back of Billy's head. Go ahead.
Okay.
Yeah.
Has he got to get the spray paint?
Yeah.
No, his meat pen.
Yeah.
One is peopleagainstcancer.com.
Peopleagainstcancer.com. That's easy enough.
And that revolves a lot around trying to get doctors around the world, medical associations around the world to allow alternative medicine and that sort of thing. The other one is altmedicine.about.com.
Okay.
And that one helps you find people that are legitimate.
I see.
Okay.
All righty.
All right, thanks so much, Belcher.
Sure.
That's very cool. I love when people come through. Belcher's always silly on the show, and he's always burping and being ridiculous, but he finds out this little kid needs something, and he's there for him.
He calls in. Now, Rory Hampton's handed me this. He thinks that doctor in Texas that the previous caller was talking about, that it's Dr. Stanislaw Brzezinski. So, if that name rings a bell to anyone.
Rings a bell, he owes me money.
Brzezinski.
Right, now people want me to spell this thing out. It's, why can't, if they have a disease, why can't it be just something small that's easily spelled? Why does it have to go on and on, Fuzz?
Yeah, we're not even sure the pronunciation of this one. Glioblastoma.
You can't come up with something easy? It's got to be that?
I'm not even sure what that affects. Obviously the whole body. 877-692-1027.
Here's, what you got, Dave. I'm trying to see what Billy's writing tonight. Hey, you're on, buddy.
Hi, Dave.
Hey, guys. There's a couple of facilities down in Florida that does what's known as dolphin therapy for kids. They take little kids with incurable diseases and put them in the water with dolphins, and it has really surprising effects.
What do the dolphins do?
The kids swim with the dolphins, and there's no known explanation for it. It helps rebuild the immune system. Even with Down syndrome, it actually helps rebuild mental processes. And a couple of cases of incurable leukemia, they went into absolute remission.
Really?
From swimming with a dolphin?
Yeah, it's the weirdest thing. And the parents will get in the water with the kids, and the dolphins totally ignore the parents, and they just go swimming with the kids. It's the most bizarre thing, but...
I've never heard of this. This is wild.
It is, and I didn't
the
believe
dolphins
it either.
are doctors?
I don't know.
Fezzy, I've got to go see the dolphins this week.
Well, they are smart sea mammals, but supposedly it works.
To me, a sea mammal is best described as a fish.
This is true.
A hairy fish.
They're not hairy, are they?
They're mammals.
They're slippery.
Oh.
I don't know about you, though.
You ever touch a dolphin?
Yeah, they're gross.
It's a very slick surface there.
It's like grabbing some tire tread that you found on the highway, where it's kind of melted.
All right, thanks. Thanks for... how do we find them, Dave? I'll pass that on. I'm going to...
I don't remember the name of the research facility that
I hate to write back and say, please put the kid in the pool with a dolphin, but, I'll throw everything I got at him.
I know SeaWorld has a new Swim with the Dolphins adventure, but I don't think that is for medical purposes.
No,
you want to take it, Roy? All right, hold on. Roy Hampton's is coming in. He's done everything there is to do, Fez.
Right.
What is it, Roy?
Ride a dolphin to school.
One of my friends actually interned down in Clearwater Beach at a dolphin research center where they would have the kids with Down syndrome and cancer, and they would actually swim with them. and just take the kids out with the dolphins.
What would it do? What would it do, Rory?
I don't know how much I believe it, but what they said it does is the dolphin does something to the kid with their sonar and the brain waves and stuff like that, and opens the kid up a lot. I don't know how much. I mean, it does something for him, because there's definitely a...
I mean, is it as simple as, wow, this kid had such a great time that he feels better?
That's
that
what
might
I
be
think it is, yeah.
Bring him to a Dolphin game.
But
well, they're in South Florida.
Joe Robbie Stadium Research Center.
No, they're having a pretty good
Monday night this week.
Yeah, they're having a pretty good season.
Yeah.
Tracy knows the correct pronunciation of this type of cancer. Hey, Tracy.
Hi, Tracy.
Hi.
Hi, baby. What can
How
we
are
do for you? Yeah.
I think it's glioblastoma.
Glioblastoma.
All right. Well, I call it a glioblastoma.
I don't know what you said.
Yeah.
Something like that. That's it.
That's it, honey?
Yeah, that's all I got.
All right. And what is that, Tracy? Do you know?
I think it's a tumor on the brain.
Okay.
And apparently it's really not that curable.
Well, that's why they wrote to us and said they were just looking for help.
Yeah.
Any kind they want. They want to know some of the other alternative things.
Yeah.
Some people. There's a lot of people out there that believe in the alternative things.
I do.
All right. Thanks.
Thanks for the call, Tracy.
I don't know if the dolphin thing is going to work, Fez.
Yeah. Now that I had never heard of. I didn't know that dolphins were going around curing sick kids, helping them out. I'd never heard that.
All right, Dan from Hoboken wrote in. He looked it up and said, yeah, it's a brain tumor. 3 years old, Fizzy.
So sad.
And you tell me there's a God.
Yes, there is.
And it's Lex Luthor.
No, it's not.
Right,
He would be a horrible God. Everyone hates him.
I know you're upset, but no one hates God, Fizzy. They're just upset about this kid.
They hate Lex Luthor. He's not nice.
I said Lex Luger.
Yes, everybody hates him. Not a friend in the world.
We got to take a break. I'm going to teach Fez about blasphemy. I think it's about time he learned.
877-692-1027.
Ron and Fez.
RonandFez.com.
It's the story of one man's dream, of watching two other men.
Billy Crystal's 61 was nice, but forget about Mantle and Maris. My movie is about two guys who really work together as a team. I call it 69.
HBO Films presents a movie written, directed, produced, and fantasized about by Fez Whatley, 69.
I'm very proud of this film. It's all balls, no strikes.
Go behind the scenes of Fez Whatley's 69.
He's going deep. Deeper. Deeper.
See the controversy Fez Whatley faced in 69.
Well, what if it's 69 with an asterisk?
Did you say asterisk?
No.
Hear what Ron Bennington had to say about Fez Whatley's 69.
This movie is a piece of shit. And tell that motherfucker Whatley if I show up in his commercial, I'll fucking sue his fat ass.
Please disregard what Ron Bennington had to say about Fez Whatley's 69. Fez Whatley's 69. America had room in its heart for only one hero.
Fortunately, my heroes have room enough for each other.
Fez Whatley's 69. Coming soon to HBO.
HBO? What's that? Homo box office?
Hey! I thought you didn't want to be in the commercial.
Fez Whatley's 69.
We're on and Fez. Sad email we received from someone who used to listen to the show in Florida. They have a friend whose 3-year-old little boy has inoperable cancer, just looking for any sort of hope. Last-minute, desperate chance hope. If there's anything anyone knows about, 877-692-1027.
Damn, this is a great song, isn't it? No wonder people were swimming with dolphins.
Yeah, that was one of the things we heard about swimming with dolphin therapy. That Down syndrome children, kids with leukemia, have swam with the dolphins And one caller said one of the leukemia kids actually went into full remission.
I swam with dolphins before.
You did?
Larry Zonka.
Oh.
He pulled my suit down. I was just a little kid.
Just your bottoms?
Yeah. Well, that's all I was wearing.
Oh.
The heroes! Just for one day. Hey, Christopher, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hi, Christopher.
Hey, what's going on, boys?
Hey, buddy.
Hey, the reason why the dolphins, it helps the children is because it helps increase their T cells. The endorphins and stuff start kicking in and increases the child's T cells.
From what, being happy or something?
What's that?
From what, being happy?
Yeah, exactly.
So,
it's just like mind over matter.
Yeah.
The theory of mind over matter, that's all it is.
All right, thanks, man.
Yeah, no problem.
Mammals.
Thanks, Christopher.
Hey, Fezzy.
Yes,
Take in the caboose.
What?
I don't know. Just be nice back.
Thanks, Christopher.
There you go.
You rule.
People like you, Fez. They just don't know how to say it.
How about I like you? I leave the caboose out of it.
Well, if anybody ever says I like Fez, then the other people think you're,
What?
It's happened to me before. It's even happened to a stud like me.
What happened to you?
Hey, Dan, you're on Run and Fez.
Hey, how you doing, guys?
Yeah.
I can pretty much attest to what this guy Chris just said, too. We were down in Cancun. There was about 12 of us.
All drunk up?
And I got out of the tank after 4 hours with these dolphins. It was like a natural high. I never felt anything like it. Also...
What about masculine?
Almost. But also, while we were there was 2 women that the dolphins would not go near. They paid all this money, and they were like, all upset that these
Were
dolphins...
they in their moon?
Yeah, monthly visitor?
No, what had happened was one of the women we knew was pregnant. She was visibly pregnant.
Yeah.
The other one, it turns out, about a month after we got back, she found out she was pregnant. And I mean, that can just be explained that, through the sonar or whatever, they can detect that something's
dolphins
going
hate
on.
babies.
Right.
Maybe they like babies and don't want to be kicking around with one. You know what I'm saying? Because
they
it's so
ignore
delicate.
babies.
No, because it's so delicate there in the womb area.
Well,
so if they went and put a fin against it, maybe they would hurt the woman they were thinking.
Maybe she would break her water?
What the hell is that?
What, do you think you just solved something, Batman?
Must get to utility belts.
God.
What an edge.
I hate him.
You are one ball-headed pain in the ass.
You know that?
I'm telling you, cue ball, I've just about had it.
Cue ball! Jump who's bald!
Matthew, you're on Run Fez.
How you doing, guys?
Yeah.
Yes, Matthew.
I want to tell you about if you're looking for alternative medicine.
I just said to the lady, I'll pass on whatever I can, if anybody knows anything. I throw it out there.
Look this one up on the internet. There's a company called Serb, C-E-R-B-E.
Serbians?
Just Serb. And they make a product called 714X.
I used to do 714s. And you know what? In those days, Fuzzy got in trouble for it.
Yeah.
And then my mom went out and threw a great shirt I had with a Quaalude with wings on it.
Oh, that's cool.
And I was going to wear that to the Aerosmith show. Ma! Why are you getting arrested? All right, hold on. I'm going to put you on 714X.
Yeah, I already instant feedbacked you a bunch of URLs with it. It's what you do when you don't have anything else to do. It's not approved in the United States. You have to actually go up to Canada to get the treatment.
No.
But the idea is that it is supposed to make all the cancer cells turn in on themselves. It's supposed to be fantastic.
All right, hold on. I'm going to put you on with Al Dukes.
All right, make sure you get all this information, Al Dukes, so we can send it back to Marnie, the girl who emailed us with this situation.
Now, none of this makes sense to me. I'm not going to say Fez and I are what you'd call bright people.
No.
But if somebody asks us for something, we're going to see if we can help. Hey, Deborah, you're on Fez.
Hi.
Hi, Deborah.
How are you? I was listening to your, sorry, it's another radio station. I know a couple websites which are helpful. I already spoke to Al. He told me to tell you.
All right.
It's www.A, .org, and that stands, I think, for the Association of Cancer Online Resources, and they have terrific links, and they also have over 100 or 200 different, they're groups the people who have cancer, have kids with cancer, or any type of cancer you could think of from A to Z. They're linked with other people who are experiencing or caretakers the same thing, and it's really incredible the amount of information that exchanged, like doctors and alternative treatments.
Let me just ask, has anyone ever heard of the cell cancer treatment? Because that's the one that she actually asked us about.
No, I haven't heard about that, but if she goes into www.acor.org and finds the group that deals with glioblastomas, then she could put it on the list,
right.
And maybe someone has information. And they also have an alternative and complementary website listing within that one.
All right, thank you. Very sweet, Deborah.
Oh, thank you.
Thanks for all the help, Deborah.
Bye-bye.
877-692-1027.
Is Joe Pooh going to do his new voice?
Maybe he will?
Or not? Casey, you're on Fez.
Hi, Casey.
Hi. I was calling about this, but I had heard of the CanCell.
Yeah, you have?
Yeah, it was on, I think, Oprah or Phil Donahue 10 years ago.
Oh, great. I'll get a time machine.
It's like water, though. What it is it was just pure water, but it was water that
I'm thirsty.
Had the memory removed from it, and the guy said that it cured everything.
Yeah, you know what? I think that is making sense to me now. It's some kind of purified water.
He said it was like water's a crystal. And he said that, like an ice cube is a crystal, and he said it was like pure water. But I was calling about this woman, Dr. Hulda Clark.
Yeah.
She believes that all disease is caused by pollution and parasites.
Uh-huh.
And she recommends, a number of things to do as far as herbs and also, electronic, zapping with low voltage. She wrote,
zapping the
3
person?
Books. Pardon?
Zapping the person, the tumor?
Yeah, well, the person. It's just like with a 9-volt battery with a device that you could either make or you could buy from them. But it's very inexpensive, and it's it couldn't hurt to try.
Thanks, my man.
Dr. Hulda Clark. She wrote The Cure for All Disease.
All right, do you have that one, Al? Did you write this one down?
Or does he need to hold the line?
Thank you very much, Casey.
Okay.
Appreciate it, buddy.
877.
A lot of stuff, right?
Yeah. Tremendous amount of stuff. Al, I hope you're compiling all of it. 877-692-1027.
You know, I took my kids out for the dolphin thing, to swim with the dolphins.
Oh, yeah?
And unfortunately, a lot of these things get it's backed up for months. It's like seeing John Edwards.
Oh, yeah, waiting list.
It was down in the Keys. You could swim with them in the Keys.
Uh-huh.
So I said, what the F? Why don't I just let them swim with the sharks?
Really?
Yeah.
They have as good a time?
Stumpy liked it,
right.
but Clawhand hurt.
Yeah, okay. Probably ready to get out of the water and go home.
Screaming like babies. Kids.
Well,
kids are afraid of the darndest thing.
Hello? They got to try new things, Ronnie.
Right. And I yelled like I never used a tourniquet before. Please.
Mm-hmm.
Richie, you're on Fez.
Hi, Richie.
Hi, Fez. How you doing? I had a glioblastoma taken out this past February. It was about the size of a lemon.
How did you do that, man?
It was malignant, and it just came within a few months.
Really? So it was in you for how long, do you think?
The doctor said it was very fast acting.
Great. Now my head's killing me.
No, don't worry.
I feel like I got a lemon-sized something here.
No, but you know what? I had my operation. It came out fine.
Yeah.
What was your...
It was still, it was very highly malignant.
Right.
Now, let me tell you, they did radiation right afterwards for about 6 weeks, but they also gave me a drug, thalidomide.
All right, that caused the flipper babies.
Right.
Right.
It's like Regis's kid.
Now, yeah, I tried to pay to have my kids swim with Regis's kid. It's expensive.
Well, that's Regis. He's putting the price tags on that.
All right, so...
But it's supposedly getting pretty good results.
All right, was your prognosis good from the beginning?
Well, I went to the doctor. He said you don't have a week.
Really?
Okay.
That must have been great news for you to get, right?
Yeah.
Right.
And how long has this been?
Well, Valentine's Day, I had the operation. I'm still here.
God bless you, big man.
Thank you.
Ah, you're hanging tough.
Way to beat the odds, Vegas. I feel like
you gotta go to that doctor and spit in his fat face.
You're the luckiest guy from.
Attitude.
Yeah, you got to.
Yeah.
You can't go spitting in someone's fat face.
Also, where do I get my card?
That would give me a great attitude.
All right, let me ask Al Dukes this before I just light his chest up. You know, Al, the guy had a week to live. He's waiting for his card.
He spent the whole week waiting for his big ass card.
No.
His last week to live, he's standing next to the damn.
No, I don't have a week to live.
Yeah.
That's how long the doctor said I had.
Please,
the one you spit at?
Richie,
then I had an operation.
Richie, you want to get the card or not?
I'm still here.
Why can't Richie get a card?
We ordered new ones. As soon as they come in, they're going right out.
Let me ask you this. People are writing to me, and they're going, could the sick F at least write back to us?
Anything that comes to me, I write right back to them. With that line, I say, as soon we had to order new cards, as soon as they come in, they'll go be right out.
Get Richie a card, please.
Please.
All right, hold on, Richie. Go get him one out of the office. The guy, not this second, but the guy beat cancer, all right?
Al.
He had a lemon-sized tumor in his brain.
All right.
They told him he had a week to live. He spent that at the mailbox waiting for a letter from you.
Do you understand now why Opie hates you?
No, I don't know.
I'm beginning to understand why I do.
Here's Frank. Frank, you're on Ron Fez.
Hi, Frank.
Frankie, you're on
What's
Ron
going
Fez.
on, gentlemen?
Hey, buddy.
What can we do?
About, I know some alternative medicine I believe definitely would help this kid.
Yeah.
What you got?
I'm sorry?
What do you got?
There's this product. It's been around for thousands of years. It's actually just pure silver, and it's pure silver electronically suspended in distilled water. It's called colloidal silver, and it's been proven to kill up to 650 different types of microorganisms, including bacteria, mold, yeast, and fungus.
Yeah.
And it's also been shown to strengthen the immune system. It works well with cancer patients because it helps their body fight the cancer because it prevents other microorganisms from attacking their immune system.
Just pure silver in a cup.
Right.
Well,
I saw this is over at Silver Cup Studios. Is
that where they get it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, look at Hawk. Hawk just praised it. Anytime Queens gets a big up, he's so excited. We're going to do a salute to Queens night. All right, hold on, Frank.
Starring Hawk.
All right, here's Tim to take the air out of our sales fuzzy. Hey, Tim, you're on Ron Fez.
Hey, Tim.
Hi, how you doing, Ron Fez?
Hey, buddy.
Listen, man, I don't want to take anybody's air out of anybody's sails other than the harsh reality. I've been involved in cancer research and cancer drug development for over 15 years, and the problem is there is no simple answer. And people want to believe that there's a lot of herbal and other immune things and others going on, and the problem is when you get down to the real science of where people have studied these in real experiments, they always, to date, have failed.
Tim, I want you to understand something.
And people constantly, including the pharmaceutical industry and the National Cancer Institute, are looking for angles on it. But the best thing is not to point people to herbal or other things that are not based on science and push them to the National Cancer Institute and their physicians who can give them the best options at survival.
Tim, these people wrote to me, right? And I don't know them. They're from Florida, so at the point where you figure they would have wrote to me and Fez, they've probably tried everything, correct? They say they will not operate on a 3-year-old baby, okay? This is what the letter says. They say they're desperate. Could we give them any information? What I did was throw it out there.
No,
maybe give the people some hope. I don't want to write back, but here would be.
You at all.
No, Tim, it's not a matter of blame. I just want to just tell you a little something about your attitude, okay? If you wrote back to them and say you don't have a chance, I don't know how that would help these people.
You're correct.
And I feel like these parents are just freaking out.
I don't think that it's necessary to tell them there's not a chance. There is a group in the United States called the Children's Oncology Group.
All right. Well,
they are a national network of clinicians that are 100% dedicated to pediatric and children's cancers. 98% of all children in the country that have cancer are put on a a National Cancer Institute designated protocol, which gives them at least the best standard care there is and an experimental therapy that helps improve them.
All right, Tim.
And that helps give hope and move therapy forward.
All right, I got to go to a break right now, but I'm going to put you on hold, and you can give that name to Al Dukes, okay?
I'd love to.
All right. Thanks for that, Tim. 877-692-1027.
Ron and Fez.
RonandFez.com.
We're Ron and Fez. Just a few minutes left in the show. I want to thank everyone who called in to help. We got an email from a woman named Marnie. Has a friend whose little boy, inoperable cancer, looking for any sort of help. So thank you for helping out tonight.
Al, send what you can, all right? Don't let me down this time. Hey, Bob. Bob, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Bob.
Yeah.
How you doing, Ron and Fez?
Yeah, buddy.
I'm a big fan of Cardholder 1145. I've been listening to you guys for the last few years now. Basically, the guy that was just on about saying the cancer research, for like herbal medicine, I totally disagree with that.
You know what? You're always going to have that kind of thing, and I understand. And he's got his own thing. That's where everybody's at on these kind of things. Everybody, you fall on one side or the other, I guess.
Yeah, well, the example I could say is my father had cancer. He tried I'm half Korean, my mother's from Seoul, Korea. They tried some herbal medicine treatments, and my father's been not to say cancer-free, it's been in remission for the last 9 years.
I mean, miracles happen, and I don't think it's giving out false hope to say that to somebody who has a little baby that people are telling them it's inoperable, there's nothing you do about it. I say you go to for the miracle, Fezzy. What do you got to lose?
Go for it.
Yeah. All right, thanks, Bob.
All right, thanks a lot.
Thanks, Bob, for calling in.
Hey, Jason. Jason, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hi, Jason.
Yes, there's a company called Napro Biotech.
Yeah.
And I've been looking at them because we have a stock market game at our school. And we've been looking into them to see if we should invest in the game for the game.
Uh-huh.
And they've a medicine out in several countries like Asia and Canada and Europe, and it's a miracle cancer drug. It really does work, and it's maybe a couple months to a year away from FDA approval. I can't pronounce the name of it. I don't know how to spell it either, but I can't give you the website for it.
All right, hold on. I'm going to put you on with Al, okay?
Okay.
And he's going to take your information. Thank you for the call, Jason.
We got to get going, Fezzy.
That's right. On tomorrow night's show, I'm very excited. A mystery guest. I don't know who it's going to be.
Big mystery guest. I'll say this. If you've been a fan of the show, you're going to enjoy this mystery guest. And, Fezzy, you're going to have a great time.
Okay, I'll be blindfolded.
You'll
when the
be
mystery
blindfolded.
Guest is here.
The mystery guest will be here. We'll do it fairly early in the show tomorrow. So I recommend, like I said, if you've been a fan of this show, you're going to like it. Also, sincerely, thank you so much for calling in and sending whatever knowledge you have for these people down in Florida. You can send it to Ron and Fez at AOL.com, Ron and Fez at WNEW.com, and Dukes at WNEW.com. Any of those.
That's right.
We got to get going, Fezzy.
Got a minute left for some...
Hey, Gary, you're on the Ron and Fez show. Time to say sit. Mike, sit. Sit. Chris, say sit. Tony and Chris, time to say sit. Oh, this is nice. Look what it is. One's to do a C. It's Hot Liz. Hot Liz.
Hot Liz.
All right, guys. I've never done this before, but I've been practicing. You ready?
Ready. Not bad for a girl.
There you go, Hot Liz.
All right. Good night, guys.
Bum, 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 bum.
We're Ron and Fez. Back tomorrow at 7 o'clock, right after Opie and Anthony.
Anthony, Joe, Rishi, and Jimmy.
RonandFez.com.